meeting, it's going to be, okay, just fill in the other players on what they see and give them a, sentence or two that they would figure out by now.
Okay.
Say you guys have known each other for, maybe a day.
Okay. Who would like to go first? All right, I guess that's me. So, I am a dwarf artificer by the name of Harbeck Eversharp. What you would notice about me thus far is that I'm a fairly stereotypically surly dwarf. And while I make fancy magic stuff that tends to be helpful, I also tend to be fairly begrudging about it.
I see. So grumpy dwarf grandpa, got it.
It's also I tend to make stuff out of wood, and it has fancy designs on it.
Neat.
Being that, we're just gonna move down the line. Why don't we go to Phoebe?
Okay. I'll be nice and not post the picture because I didn't get to draw all of yours. So
that's fine.
You see this weird kid. Looks mostly like a tiefling, but has scales like a dragonborn. You're like, what the fuck? There's a brand on her right arm. And she's really bubbly about stuff all the time. I have it listed down as a lute, but she carries around a shamisen and plays that as her choice instrument, and then has this nice little black blade that she uses otherwise. That's about it.
Okay, let's hear from Vimos.
Vimos is a dragonborn, a red dragonborn, but you almost might mistake him to not be because he's usually covered in soot and ash and black powder. He loves explosions and making things go boom. There you go. That's all you need to know.
That's about right for a day's worth. Your fourth party member you weren't originally going to go with. In fact, you guys had just kind of decided to group up as a party of 3. But just as you were kind of getting ready to set out, this beyond strange phenomenon happened, and this tear in reality opened and almost literally burped out this pudgy little human next to you and started staring at you.
Beyond the rift, all you see is just one leg, and then you see an arm with a briefcase, and out steps this tiny little Russian man, and he looks at the party and just says, "Is Boris?"
And he's been following you guys around through the rest of your prep, so I guess he's in the party.
Yeah, he has nothing better to do. He has a job. He is a businessman, and he's an ex-war veteran. But for now, he's ended up in this weird place due to some time and space lord, and he's just rolling with it.
Yeah, Boris has been through some shit for a bit. So.
Harbeck is already questioning why he agreed to this.
The best part about all of the characters from my one-shot is they literally can be interjected into anything.
Freaking muscle wizard bouncing around reality.
That's the thing. You can have the hand wave, it's the same character, but it was just a one-shot, so that doesn't matter. Or you can literally say, no, I want to connect it, and I want to be burped out of a time portal.
Yes, you can do that.
You can do that if you so choose. Except for the turtle, I think he's lost forever.
He's been stuffed in the bad time closet.
He's in the timeout chair.
Yeah, he's in the no time chair.
Just foaming at the mouth.
Eternally.
Little dunce cap on his head.
Oh.
It just says murder hobo on it.
Murder. Do
Got
not
the murder
touch.
hobo cat.
You didn't know I had plans for if we actually had finished that one shot as to where he was gonna go. Like, He
Is
was
it all to be a warlord?
he was going to try to actually cause the apocalypse.
We did that repeatedly.
Well, yes, but like he was going to try to usurp
His
the guy
own.
who was hiring us.
Who's gonna try to usurp the god?
Yup.
He's gonna try and usurp Azeroth, Lord of Time and Space. Good
Oh my
luck.
fucking god!
I mean, okay, so it still wouldn't work, but to be fair, wasn't our whole job to stop him from being a god at his own request?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the turtle had a different interpretation of that.
Oof.
Even then, you'd have to usurp the previous god.
We're gonna eat the
one that
god.
he ate. I mean, that's what Azeroth did.
Yeah, Azeroth ate a bunch of gods.
Yep.
So this fucking turtle would eat the god that ate all the other gods.
So he would attempt to before probably getting squashed into oblivion.
Yeah.
I didn't
Because
say
he
it would
is not,
work.
in fact, level 20.
I didn't say it would work.
That's fair. You didn't.
Yeah.
It's what he wants.
Yep.
Let come what may.
Yep. Anyway, enough
people
about
start-
my psychotic turtle.
Fucking turtle.
I'm a little more grounded this time.
Everyone keep an eye on Rust Bucket when we have to deal with him.
Rust Bucket's a good boy.
I don't trust him.
Good boy!
I don't trust him.
I will fight you.
I mean, Cyrus would be more than happy to fight someone over it.
You're gonna fight the fucking DM? Alright.
Anyway.
Shoot for the stars. Die a glorious death fighting an unkillable foe. Anyway, after that small addition to your party, emphasis on the small, you guys generally know where you want to go. Do you want to spend any extra time in the local town prepping, or do you want to head straight for the woods? Or if you'd like, you could go talk to the scholar, but it's not required.
Harbeck
You
is
already
good.
have the job.
Harbeck is gonna be like, all right, who needs what? And he's got like all this wood and some tinkering tools out, and he's just sort of setting up.
Leslie isn't gonna answer him, but she's gonna like poke around in his tools.
Let's see. I know you people don't actually care about my craftsmanship, so I'll just tell you what I can do, and we'll go from there. I can make you a repeating weapon. I can make your armor better. I can make a weapon that comes back to you if you throw
Venus
it.
is going to squat to almost interrupt him. That's all nice and good, but does it explode?
These do not. And that's not even the point of them anyway. The point of
I'll rephrase my question. Does it go boom?
I have other inventions that, as you put it, go boom.
Mr. Harbeck, can I have a gun?
I don't make guns. Crude weapons.
But I want a gun.
Can I have a bomb? I like bombs.
You have so many bombs. I have seen nothing but bombs in your possession.
I want more bombs.
I have been through war.
Can I have a bomb?
That suitcase you got there, weird guy. You want some bombs? Do you want a suitcase bomb?
No, this suitcase. It has my wife. At least in picture form.
Why
I turn
did
it
you
into
put
a
your
bomb.
wife in the suitcase?
Well, briefcase, sorry. Because I've been to war for a very long time.
How did you manage to
No.
stuff her in there?
She is a picture!
Your wife is a picture?
If you hack a body up enough, you can stuff it in just about anything.
I think I may have seen that happen once or twice.
I mean, I'll see what happens to a body when you load it with explosives. It's messy.
Ew.
All right,
It's Boris.
all right. If no one's objecting, I'm using my infusions for the day on myself. Any takers? Going once, going twice.
I want a bomb.
I
I
still
don't
want
have
a gun.
bombs.
Make a bomb.
I listed what I have. Repeating
Your
weapon with
craftsmanship is useless if you can't make bombs.
repeat. I can make a repeating crossbow. I can make a returning thrown weapon if you have a javelin or something. I can make your armor better. That's a sort of all-purpose thing. Or I can make a magic jug.
You
I'm
could
gonna
turn
probably
my sword into a boomerang. That would be cool.
Can you throw your sword?
I have arms, so yeah, I think so.
Let me rephrase that. Is throwing your sword an effective means of combat?
Probably not.
Then it wouldn't do anything.
Dang.
Can you make a bomb that comes back? No, wait, that'd be terrible.
Alright, it looks like none of you can benefit
under the right circumstances.
It looks like none of you can benefit from those, so does anyone want better armor? Anyone?
Better what?
Armor. I can make it harder to hit you.
Well, I am half dragon on my mom's side of the family, so I think I'm fine.
Are all of you part dragon? As he's just looking around at the dragonborn and the scaled tiefling.
Maybe.
I have skin condition.
Oh my god. We're all like dragons, except for you, Gramps.
Alright, armor's going to me. So
Just shrugs.
and with that, he just sort of takes his armor off and just takes out his wood carving tools and just starts to fiddle with it. And you see him carve these intricate patterns into it, which the wood carving tools actually wouldn't normally work on what he's wearing, which is, I believe, scale mail. But it sort of magically makes these intricate carvings and designs that show
delicious.
That just show shines of magical auras and sort of armor symbols that represent protection, and it's just this very elegant thing. But yeah, he is going to do that, and his armor will become stronger as a result. And the other thing he does is he similarly takes out a sort of jug out of his bag and makes similar designs on that. And yeah.
Great. You can
and I will make
carve things.
I will make an alchemy jug.
Nice.
Does it explode?
How many bombs do you have?
I got cherry bombs, big bombs, kind of like medium bombs, dagger bombs, pebbles, big ones.
I have been through war. I have been through taxes. I have been through conflicts with my wife.
Wait, what are taxes?
I will be fine.
Stop complaining, weird briefcase dude. Here, have a bomb.
What are taxes?
This reminds me too much of war.
Well, it's yours now. I got plenty.
I want a bomb.
If I didn't think, holding up the jug, if I didn't think I would need this later, I would be immediately making beer from it.
I'm not giving you a bomb. You're too young.
But I want a bomb.
You're gonna blow yourself up, kid.
I don't think so.
I think so. I'm a professional, and I only have... I only lost one digit so far.
A professional what?
I'll get back to you on that. It's a working...
Professional bomb man. But I want a bomb.
Small child.
What?
Where are your guardians?
You still didn't answer my question.
My wife is in my briefcase.
I said, what are taxes?
Taxes? Do you pay any money for things? Do you use gold, child?
Looking at this, like clearly a child and not someone who would be paying taxes.
No one said Boris was the smartest.
This is
Go
true.
ask your parents.
Usually I just play music and people give me money and then I don't have to worry about buying things.
Oh, you innocent child. You won't understand.
Usually how I make my money is I try and sell my bombs, but then people think I'm trying to blow them up. And they throw money at me. Because they don't want me to blow them up. It's weird.
Leslie's just gonna kind of go like, yes, tactfully dodged questions about my parents.
Oh,
Haha. Screw you, adults.
Can we go?
Yeah! Let's
Oh,
go
no.
kill
he
things.
wants to see his wife again.
I still can't believe your wife is a picture.
Is Boris.
Your wife is Boris too? And a picture?
It is
I'm so confused.
Boris.
All right, you're waiting the businessman out. Leave him alone. I think his little brain is running faster than it's supposed to.
Is Boris.
He's weirded out. I'm weirded out.
Listen, if you calm down and stop bothering the businessman, I might consider giving you a bomb.
Okay.
I'm
But
just
only a
gonna
small one.
slightly open my briefcase and wink at my wife.
The picture winks back.
No.
The plot thickens.
The final boss, Boris's wife.
Oh no.
I guess Leslie's just
Excuse
gonna
me, I have to
skipping
alter
off
some
towards
notes.
the woods.
Boris's wife, armed with the power of taxes.
No.
Gotta cross something out here.
All right. Well, Harbeck is ready to get moving if everyone else is.
Leslie's just gonna start skipping out towards the woods.
All right.
Yeah.
Fucking
Good lord.
ready
So
to
the
kill
good news
things.
As they're all walking along, Vimos is on all fours, like almost sniffing the dirt to the point of eating it.
Harbeck is in front, so he doesn't have to look at any of them.
You just see a Russian man waddling along with the party.
A small child skipping along.
Glorious.
Somehow we have all decided to just stick together.
Probably picking at my
Harbeck
shabby
needs
son a little
money.
bit.
To be fair, I think any one of you might have looked at that and said, 20 grand. Something tells me I'm not supposed to do that alone.
That is true.
Yep.
Probably death. Anyway, well, thankfully for, I guess Harbeck at this point is the only one it's thankful for. The woods aren't too far away. It's only actually about like a 3-hour travel to the edge of the woods. Past that, it's pretty dense. There's no consistent path that you can see. So it's really just wandering right in.
All right.
Do-do-do-do.
Harvick, you're the one in front.
Yes.
I need a survival check out of you.
Alrighty. Harbeck, great tracker, let me tell you. Well, he's not terrible at it. Oh, well, except for today. That's a 7.
Yikes.
Okay. So you guys are wandering in the woods. It's hard to say exactly. You can see the sun peeking through the canopy. It's pretty dense. You think it's been about, let's say, an hour based on the sun, and you come across. The only thing of note is Harvick leads you straight into this large amount of berry bushes,
Okay.
just in a row, right dead in front of you, as if this was where he was leading you this whole time.
Harbeck just sort of scratches his head. Like, were there supposed to be berry bushes on this path?
Can
Can
I
I
eat
blow them up? Please tell me I can blow them up.
I have survived off of berries back in the war.
Can I eat some weird briefcase, man?
Can I inspect the berries?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. I will do this
Actually,
for a small child.
Actually, make it a nature check.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
yeah, it makes sense.
Better make it a nature check.
Again.
Agent, if she wanted something specific.
10.
A
10.
10. A 10. These. You haven't seen them before. You're not sure what these are.
I don't trust it. Nature is unreliable.
berries.
Okay, but what if I eat one anyway?
Vimos
I
will come
don't-
over to look at the
I will
berries.
nudge.
I don't pay your life insurance, so I do not care.
What's life insurance?
Oh, God.
Ask when you're older.
I will try and inspect the berries.
You also make me a nature check.
Okay, that's not gonna work like that. 15.
Okay, so Vimos, you take one look at these, and you're pretty sure you've mashed up some of these for your bombs.
Ooh.
You use these in some of your gas-based weaponry, and let me tell you, that's not. Yeah, you don't want that inside you.
Vimos starts grabbing them and putting them in a bag. Oh, these are gonna be nice.
I'm slipping into a bit
To
of spine
eat?
ripper there.
The little spine ripper, yeah.
These are gonna be nice.
Hold on now.
Hold on now.
I've not seen these from war. I would not eat them.
It's all right. It's gas berries. That'll kill you. Yes.
Leslie's gonna take a couple and like put them in her pocket.
Harbeck will ignore.
They kill
I
people.
will just continue.
I forgot that clock was moved right next to me.
So, does anyone know where we're actually going? I just walked in front.
a clue.
I just walked in front because
Ah.
I didn't want to look at any of you. No offense.
Well, that's kind of
Oh.
mean.
Some offense.
Well, he's a grumpy old man with 3 sticks up his ass. So, I'll try leading this time.
Are you saying he doesn't like Dragonborn? Do you not like Dragonborn?
God from time and space brought me here. I must be important.
So,
Can,
who's this god of time and space, if you don't mind me asking, weird businessman?
can someone please if we brought him along?
Well, at one point I was small girl. I don't quite know how I got there, but this time and space lord made me do his bidding.
You need to stay off the drugs, pal.
Maybe he ate a couple of those berries.
If he ate these berries, he'd be dead.
Are you sure insanity doesn't set in first?
No, that's drugs. He's clearly on drugs.
How many drugs do you have in your suit?
I have my wife in there.
Is your wife drugs?
My wife is
Wait!
beautiful woman.
Your wife is a picture, Boris and
is Boris.
The second one shot, Boris loses his mind.
What mind?
Well, I think I'm gonna lead the way. I have no clue where we're going, but I'm gonna lead the way.
Be my guest.
I mean, you were given a direction in the woods. So why don't you roll?
You think Vimos paid the fuck attention?
Maybe a little. In and out.
All right.
This is
Why don't
like
you
the
roll me
most
survival?
dysfunctional party.
when is it not dysfunctional, Quinn?
Fair.
Another 15.
Another 15. That's pretty good.
Better than 7.
So it's a lot better than 7 to the point where Vimos gets you guys in the other direction. He kind of turns around and walks the other way from the berries. And after a bit, you guys find your original tracks. Harbeck, sorry, I don't know.
Harbeck, yeah.
Harbeck, from these tracks, Harbeck clearly got you guys turned around. Like you were heading in a completely wrong direction.
Oh,
Maybe it's because you're short like me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was going to be tracking today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, do me a favor. Find the 3 sticks up your ass and get back to me.
I still don't know why you don't like Dragonborns.
I mean,
Okay.
you might have sticks, or you might have a whole tree. I
I'm
don't know.
fairly convinced
I'm
that those
missing-
two are insane, and I haven't made up my mind on you.
What? You as in him or me?
I'm pointing to the human and dragonborn as the two insane ones, and then you as the one I'm still not decided on.
Hey, I'm not crazy. I just like what I like. And I like when things explode.
I'm just a kid.
Can we go?
I don't know what there is to not like. I thought we were walking the whole time.
Oh yeah, no, you guys,
Okay.
you guys have been walking. Vimos is still leading you.
I just sort of Harbeck just sort of takes out a piece of wood and starts idly fiddling with it and carving to pass the time.
Hmm. So Harbeck is now technically distracted.
Well, excuse me.
I mean, he
Let
is.
me check something. If that's the case,
What Vimos was leading us.
well, he is, but you never know what's around. Well, luckily for you, Vimos has got some pretty good PP right there.
Big PP.
Big PP.
It's slightly above average PP. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Vimos, you're the first one to notice that as you guys are moving along, you get a little deeper into the woods, and there's these weird lines in the ground, thick ones, like your shoulder width, of just the ground just kind of caving in a little bit.
Like sort of
Seemingly random spots.
like sort of mini trenches.
Yeah, but there's no signs of digging from the top.
Huh.
Right? They've just kind of gone concave, but the soil on top seems largely undisturbed. Outside of its shape.
Okay. Can I investigate that? Or do
I mean,
something?
you can. Amos pointed out he's the only one who noticed it.
Alright.
Preoccupied.
I mean, I guess Harbeck's a little curious, but he's not really... doesn't really have any reason to check it out.
Does Vimos have any reason to check it out or mention it?
Vimos will walk over to it, dig into it a bit with his hands, plant a bomb, cover it up, and light the fuse.
Oh,
first
hey,
thing
maybe
you
a little bit
notice,
of warning when you
um,
put off bomb.
What?
Well, the first thing he notices when he digs into it, it fully caves in, and there's just a tunnel like another 3 feet down.
Can I squeeze down there?
Oh, yeah, you're tiny. You'd have no problem getting in there.
I don't want to squeeze down and look.
Okay, so squeezing down there, the first thing you notice is a skeleton. Bones broken in multiple places, in a position that insists that it was dragged down here.
Ooh.
You also find this weird... You're not sure. It looks slightly translucent, but it's kind of a firm material. It's definitely organic. Maybe it's some kind of skin. It's kind of dark down here. You can't really tell, even
I
with the
have
dark
dark
vision. It's
vision,
kind of
okay.
hard to make out exactly the details.
Need a
You're just kind
light?
of getting the broad strokes.
Need a light?
There's a dead guy down here.
Let us pay respect for a fallen comrade.
There's
Can
also weird stuff that I can't really make out.
Can I blow it up?
Would you
I'd
say
throw a bomb down there.
is this tunnel like extensive, or is it like just like a short little dead end?
It keeps going in both directions.
Okay.
Lazuli can't see an end, and the caved-in ground just kind of follows it. You can see it stretch off into the woods in both directions.
And
It
were
goes
we
on for a while.
were we told what we were looking for, like the kind of where like the type of place we were looking for?
We're told that if you entered from an eastward direction in the forest, which you did, that within maybe half a day's travel, you should reach the lake.
Oh, right, it's a lake.
So we were told nothing about these tunnels.
You were told that the forest was monster infested.
All right, well, Harbeck's curious enough. He'll come on down the hole.
Careful, there's a weird thing down there.
And you
I
said
don't
it.
know what it is.
And you said it's dark even for like dark vision.
It's dark, but even with like dark vision doesn't give you perfect vision in the dark.
Sure,
you can
sure.
just kind of see.
Okay, in that case, he'll take out a little device from his bag, and it looks like this sort of wooden cube, almost like a Rubik's Cube. It's got like the sort of dots on it, and you can see that instead of different colors, the different squares have little icons, little designs on them, and he just sort of fiddles with it with blinding speed, moves it all to the point where one face is showing all matching symbols that show like a torch. And I will use my magical tinkering ability to make the object emit 5-foot radius light.
Okay, that makes it a lot easier. So I'd say the first thing you notice is probably the skeleton Lazuli is frantically pointing at. You see much of the same. The first thing you notice with the lights on is that skeleton's not fully picked clean. There's actually a fair amount of rotting flesh on it and a few decaying organs. Not much of them, but there's a little left over.
Ew.
The second thing you notice is the thing she's holding. It looks like a piece of a carapace off an insect, but judging by the piece in her hand, that insect is probably bigger than her.
Can I examine it to try to figure out what it came from, like a nature check or something?
Or yeah, I'd allow a nature check for that.
Sick. That's a 19.
19. You reckon you've done a lot of tinkering. You've studied various insects. Sometimes their general biological mechanics can be useful. You believe this to be an onkeg.
Ooh.
These are large insect-like monstrosities, so they're actually bigger than any of you.
Ew.
Bad tunnels.
Revelation, you're figuring that, yeah, the path tunnel, it's probably only as small as it is because it caved in. It probably used to be bigger.
Bad tunnels. We should get out of here.
These things tend to burrow through the earth. They receive
I would
a lot
still
of
put a
nutrients
bomb
from the
down there
ground.
that
Do you want to know what we'd be dealing with down here? Here, I'll show you. He'll take out another one of his cubes, fiddle with it for a moment, and make a sideshow all like sort of icons showing like a painting. And then you see that face of the cube just shimmer and turn into a perfect image of an ankeg.
ew. Big bugs.
I like how I flavored my magical tinkering.
Gross.
Just let Boris handle it.
Do I get to throw my bomb or not?
In case anyone's
Throw your
curious.
bombs down there.
In case anyone's curious, this is what he's showing you.
Upon you
They're
saying
great.
throw your bombs down there, Vimos will throw lit bombs down into the tunnel.
Shit.
With both of you still in it.
Is it?
I was.
How quickly does Harbeck think he could climb out?
With these bombs?
Not fast enough or not fast enough?
Probably
Can
if
I
you hurry.
just? Can I just run at the bombs and chuck them further down the tunnel?
You have to make me a deck. You both have to make me a deck save.
All right. Shit.
Yank me up when I run back.
That would be a 14, my dude.
Hold on.
Okay. Let's see what Phoebe gets.
Yep.
That's a 15 plus 2, so 17.
She got a. Not gonna lie, she got a 1. You were throwing it backwards by accident. So Harbeck, you managed to pull yourself out. That fuse still has like half of it to go before you even get out of there. Lazuli, it takes you a minute. He threw a couple bombs down there. The last one you tossed further down had like maybe a fifth of its fuse left before you get it out of there and run away.
Run! Yank me up!
Harbeck will reach down.
Vimos will yank her.
Okay.
Vimos, how big were the bombs you put in there?
Like I'd say like 4 medium-sized ones.
Okay, so like your standard fits in one hand kind of bomb?
Yes.
Okay. So these bombs go off with a muted kaboom, and the dirt kind of pops upwards as these explosions go off. None of the fire escapes. And you all just watch the dirt in these lines. Now just all the lines, because the ground shakes a little underneath you, and they all just fall inward. every tunnel around you has collapsed, and there's like 6 lines around you,
I
all
suggest
going in
we,
various.
we get
We should
moving
probably
before
run.
before the Onkegs feel any of that, if they would. I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure they already have.
Like I said, Harbeck will immediately begin to head out.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay in one place until somebody gives me direction.
We're gonna run this way now, and I'm just gonna follow Harbeck.
Come on,
Yes,
weird. Come on, weird guy.
exactly.
Yes, exactly. Boris go that way.
Boris go that way.
You guys get maybe, let's say, you get about 50 feet forward before you start feeling active rumbling in the ground. And
Uh-oh.
Harbeck, you can see in front of you, there's dirt just popping up in this little tunnel forming, and it's beelining right for you guys.
Huh,
Well-
I guess those bombs were a lot stronger than I thought.
Well, might as well do this before everything goes pear-shaped, and I'll take out another block of wood and take a sort of chisel and just sort of crack it into the wood, and almost like there was a wooden sculpture waiting in there to be created, the wood falls away to form like an intricately crafted, hand-sized sculpture of a dragon with wheels on its feet that I will then drop to the ground.
What's
In
that
prepar-
gonna do?
Oh, you'll
Does it
see.
explode?
Hush.
Looks like my mother.
And I'll
She
put,
had some similar features.
I'll put down my Eldritch Cannon.
Put down your Eldritch Cannon, and yeah, the Onkeg just bursts out. Actually, Harvick, it bursts out an inch from where your feet are.
Shite!
And that's initiative.
Alrighty.
Uh,
16.
15.
shit. 14.
Wow.
Check your mod. Okay, yeah, check your mod. 15 plus 3, so 18, I believe.
So we've got RJ has an 18. Let me make a roll here. Okay. And its bonus is that. So who got the next highest? I believe it was Phoebe, right?
Yeah, I got 16.
Got 16. Rebecca got what?
14.
I got-
and Quinn
15.
15.
Rebecca
Okay, so then it goes
throwing good rolls for fucking Boris.
I don't
Phoebe,
know how.
Quinn. Okay.
Also, I
Okay.
should let you know as the DM, my Eldritch Cannon is an object and can be attacked.
Yeah, I made sure to check in on your
Okay.
stats ahead of time because I'm not ultra familiar with the
Yeah.
Artificer class.
That's fair. That's fine.
But yeah, I believe it has its own hit points.
Yep.
And it acts on your turn, I think.
Yeah, I can control it basically.
Okay, yeah, it's all bonus actions.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So the good news is I have everything down. The bad news is the Onkeg's going first.
Ooh,
Hot.
it's just one.
Yikes.
It rolled itself a 19.
Oh,
Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna notice a whole group of you, and it's just going to vomit this large splash of acid forward.
ew.
Oh, I know
in a-
this is.
So everybody in the line, which is all of you, this thing's 30 feet long, 5 feet wide, has to make a dex save.
Does that include my cannon?
Yeah, your cannon would be getting affected by this.
All right. Well, I
19.
Nat
failed.
20!
Oh, God,
Let's see.
Boris.
I only got a 9.
9, okay.
My cannon only got a 2, so it definitely took that.
Okay.
24.
I can do same.
That's some.
Fucking.
That
Well-
sounds like 3 successes and 2 failures.
To be
What-
fair, I was point blank, so this makes sense.
I considered having you roll at disadvantage, but I figured you'd have a second while it wound up its attack. So I gave you a regular roll, and let's have some damage here. Okay, Quinn, you and the cannon are going to take 13 points of acid damage. The rest of you will take 6.
Neat.
What the fuck? Attack you. Uncanny dodge.
That's only for melee attacks, I believe.
Is it?
I don't know.
I think it's
When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your action to have the attack's damage against you.
saving throws are not usually. Hang on. Let me
still an attack. It just induced a saving throw.
Yeah, uncanny dodge. The way I've always seen it played is for attack rolls. Evasion would be the higher level thing that works with area of effect type things and deck saves.
Yeah, that's fair, because I guess the wording does specifically say it has to hit you, not you get hit by an harmful effect.
It would say fail a saving throw, probably, or something like that.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to say, that's uncanny dodge isn't going to work here, but it's still only 6 damage.
No, that's fine.
You did succeed your saving throw anyway.
He succeeded in spades.
Mm-hmm.
But that is all it can do, so it's gonna pass down the line, and it's time for Vimos to do Vimos things.
Time for Vimos to do Vimos things. Yeah, I'm going to run up, and I'm gonna take a jab with me rapier.
Sounds good. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
18 plus 7.
It's
Okay, and since Harbeck is there,
Yep.
sneak attack,
Snog attack.
My favorite thing.
knack attack.
donk attack,
Snack attack.
more like donk attack.
So that's 6.
Stonks attack.
So what you're gonna see Vimos run in, jab with his rapier, which is gonna deal 10 damage, and then he's going to jump back, kind of like bend over and toss 3 palms over his shoulder at the bug. Yeah.
Big old bug and
Smallish
see what-
bombs, I'm assuming.
like
Like,
flavoring attack.
yeah. So,
They're like cherry bombs.
yeah.
And the bombs are dealing it's going to be 11 damage, so he's taking 22 altogether.
Woof.
Yeah.
21, nothing to sneeze at for the first attack of the match.
And I'm going to hide.
Okay, you have a bonus action. Just make me a quick stealth roll.
No, that was not what I wanted.
Wouldn't you have had to leave melee in order to hide?
Would
Bitch, I
I?
hide all the time.
Right, but
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought that's how his, what's it called, like cunning
well, yeah,
action
but
works.
I mean, typically, when you take the hide action in general, you need cover. If that's the way you want to rule it, I'm not gonna
We're in the woods.
argue. But yeah, but he also went up in its face, is all I'm saying. I'm just picturing, just kind of wondering how he's hiding.
I guess, let me read it real quick, because I guess that's true. Cass is usually doing that after she takes a pot shot from a distance.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just read over.
It's up to you, either way. I'm not gonna.
Okay, yeah, so you can take the hide. It will provoke an attack of opportunity, because it specifically calls that you can hide or disengage.
Okay, then I guess I'll just disengage.
Okay.
And I'll move 30 feet to the left away from it.
Okay. I mean, these woods are pretty dense. That you might as well be hiding.
Okay.
Also, it has other things in its face to worry about.
It's got plenty of things in its face to worry about. Next, we move down the line, and it's time for the child to meet the real world.
Or is it time for the real world to meet the child?
I guess that's the question. Now, what would you like to do?
Cloud of
Now,
daggers
what is the
in its
answer?
face.
The answer is, I don't know, something.
The answer is cloud of daggers in its face.
Okay. Is Cloud of Daggers a save or an attack roll?
Did AoE.
What does the
Okay,
spell
so
say?
that probably means I have a save, right?
Doesn't say a save.
Look at
Just as you feel the air was, concentration
So
components.
creature takes-
Nope. Source.
when it enters the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there. Okay, it's literally just a 5-foot
Okay,
cube
it's
of
static
daggers.
damage.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's automatic damage.
Yes, in its face.
Oh, good. Well, you know who else is in that cube?
Well, it's 5 foot. That's 1 square.
Is 1 square. This thing is in your face, Quinlan.
I can move it so it's just on the bug.
Yeah, I was gonna say she has control over
I get
that.
to pick where it goes. Up to 60 feet. I don't have to center it on him. I can just center
You're
it on the
right.
bug.
That's fine.
I can also put it above the dwarf. So I'm pretty sure this thing is taller than him. You said it was bigger than him, right?
It's bigger than all of you.
Yes.
This is
so,
a large
cloud
creature.
of daggers in its face.
Yeah,
Okay, in the
five
air.
foot 5 foot
Noted.
cube typically only targets one creature anyway. Or I mean, unless you're talking about like tiny creatures.
I understand that, Quinn, but also when I said it bursts up right in
Okay.
front of you, I meant that.
Okay.
And have you ever tried to parse being nose to nose with somebody and being like, no, you can put them in this? Like,
All right.
yes, you can,
All right, if you say so.
but understand where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's on its head in the air anyway, so it's hovering safely above your head.
That's fine.
It's 17's good, right?
Don't make an attack roll.
Oh,
it'll
never
just
mind. Then
hurt it on its
44.
turn.
It just happens.
Oh.
This is just a static effect.
Yeah.
Nice.
On its turn, it'll take damage.
I mean, we still have to see if it'll make it to its turn.
This is also true.
It took a whopping 21 off the bat. Well, it does move to the dwarf's turn, so let's see what he wants to do.
Okay. So my little doohickey, I'm gonna have it move. Well, I'm gonna first use a bonus action to activate it, so it can move 15 feet. Now, okay, can it, while staying adjacent to this thing, can it angle in such a way that a 15-foot cone would only hit the Onkeg?
I mean, it could do that right now because it's in your face, but the cannon is currently kind of small.
Well, yeah,
And it was already
shoots,
pointing.
it shoots in a 15-foot cone.
I mean, this thing was already the only thing in front of you, so yeah, that's no problem.
Okay, awesome. So you watch as this little tiny, it's like could fit in the palm of your hand dragon sculpture. Its jaw sort of opens on a hinge, and this massive gout of 15-foot flame just comes out and covers this Onkeg, which needs to make a dex save.
Let's have a save, and your DC is what?
Oh, sorry. I think it's just my spell save DC, which is a 15.
15. Okay, go ahead and roll me the 2d8, it says.
Yep. That would be
Okay.
9 points of fire damage.
9 points. 4 points of fire damage, boss.
Oh, it's resistant.
No, it made the save.
Oh, it made the save. I gotcha.
It made the save. I never said it didn't.
Okay. Harvex just sort of grumbles like, bloody tough thing. And he just sort
This
of...
thing is surprisingly good at just kind of...
Yeah.
No, you know what? I'm going to say it bumps into the ground as it continues to burrow, and your cannon gets kind of knocked on the earth and points off to the side a bit, catching it's pretty much just the arm of the Onkeg.
Yeah. Harbeck will grumpily maneuver himself so that he is only next to the Onkeg and not his cannon. And then he will produce a wooden staff that you see is carved with similarly intricate carvings. And he will, sort of like Gandalf style, pound it on the ground and cast Thunderclap.
You shall not pass.
And
So wait, we both have that. Holy shit.
you all hear a thunderous like clap that can be heard up to 100 feet away, but only hurts things within 5 feet of it. So it needs to make a Constitution save. Also against 15.
Needs to make another save here, boss.
Yep.
Let's see if its bonus will be enough. Huh. Oof. Oof.
Oof. Is
Oof.
that good oof or
That
bad?
is the hardest win. That is the hardest win you can get. That's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Oops.
Nope.
I
Oops.
mean, it still takes half damage, but...
No, it's a cantrip.
oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the cantrip's all or nothing.
Must succeed on the throw or take that.
Cantrip, or it takes all or nothing. I wouldn't. I'd be more familiar, but my party is literally just loaded up on Firebolt and Ray of Frost as their cantrips.
That's cool. I know my spells.
We both have Thunderclap.
Okay, then going down, there's nothing else you can do, right, Quinn?
Yeah,
Unless
I
you
mean,
wanna move.
I did a lot. I'm
Okay, well then,
yeah, I can tank
You did-
somewhat.
a little. You know what they say? He's Boris.
Boris. Okay.
Let's see if the weird briefcase man can fight.
This tiny Russian midget is going to do what he does best. His hands are going to start to
Chair.
glow red, and he's going to cast a spell, Burning Hands, at this creature.
You said the thing he does best, and I'm like, what, you're turning into a chair?
Oh no! Oh yes, I was chair a long time ago.
Disguise itself as chair. Get
He's
up
ranting
when nobody
while we're
notices.
fighting this thing, talking about being a chair. It's just
He's just shooting this thing of fire and like, yes, I was chair long ago.
For no reason whatsoever.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, shut up.
You're gonna have to make a dex save of 15.
I think you're
Dex
right,
save.
Demos.
Well, I mean, let's see if this thing's rolls are just continuing to be on fire tonight.
No.
Literally. Haha. No, it is not. It is failing that save.
Yes.
How much damage we taking there, boss?
Boris.
How much is this thing getting Boris?
The Boris amount, I believe.
There's a lot of dice I heard being
14
thrown.
points of damage.
Neat.
14 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of damage.
Damage
I
is
mean-
damage.
We joke, but you just immolated the bug.
It did.
It had exactly
did.
14 points left.
Wow.
Reminds me when I was a lizard.
Harvick's like, I weakened it for you.
Yeah, sure.
Vimos popping out of the bushes. Is it over? Did I blow it up enough?
As if on cue, Vimos,
Does it explode?
sucks to be the rest of the party, because from, let's say... let's say beside both Lazuli and Boris, there's two more onkegs bursting from the ground.
Of course.
Oh shit.
And they don't seem happy.
More bombs!
As
More bombs!
it is their turn, and oh dear,
I don't suppose
You
either of them
killed
went
there.
into the cloud of daggers.
I would
Yeah,
say
that
not,
counts
sir.
as still
Yeah.
there.
Worth a shot.
It's just sitting there.
I'll sit down on the ground, look at my wife's
yeah,
photo, and
this
ask her
onkeg.
what to do.
All right, well, onkeg number 2 is gonna bite at the weird little Russian businessman.
Oh no.
It wants to eat him. It wants to give him the eats.
He's a tiny
does
morsel.
a-
He's fun sized.
Exactly. You start with the appetizers. Does a 14 hit you?
Oh no, I don't want to be an appetizer
It's
too.
just above her AC.
It just hit, yes.
She's got a 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darn shame. All right, well, that hits. And let me check our damage die here. Okay, it's going to be that. Roll those. Oh my god, that's disgusting amounts.
An uncomfortable crunch.
Okay, it's not like ultra bonkers, but it's max damage on the dice.
Wow.
That's 15 points of slashing damage.
I'm very glad Boris re-rolled his stats before this.
Yeah, no,
God.
I'm very glad because I would have been like near dead.
Boris would have
Yeah,
been
that's
dead,
true.
not
Well,
Boris.
it's not over yet. You take an additional 2 points of acid damage.
Okay.
As this thing's acid spit is just getting into the bite wounds.
Ethan, you want to know how much
Also,
you want to know what Boris's max HP was, but in the last one shot? It was 22 at level 5.
damn, that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Lord.
For my next fight, I will fight poison with poison. Just you wait.
Well, you've got some other things to worry about, because Boris, you are grappled in this thing's mandibles at the moment.
Ow!
No, this thing has the tiny Russian man.
Oh. Oof.
And onto the other one, it also has a bite-sized morsel that it wishes to take a taste of.
Uh-oh.
No!
It's a 14 hit.
Shit, that's just above.
Oof. Well, that means another couple of... Jesus! All right, you also take 15 slashing.
Oh God.
And an extra 4 acid damage, and you are also in the mandibles of this other Ankeg.
Jesus.
It is just digging its disgusting long mandibles and inside teeth right into your flesh,
Help!
leaking into the wound.
Please help.
Pain. Well, there is some good news. With Ankeg 1 out of the way, that leaves good old Vimos as the head of initiative.
Vimos is going to pop his short bow off at the Ankeg chewing on the child.
The chewy child.
I like how
Child
just the child.
chewer.
The child chewer has been targeted.
Come
Please
here,
make
my,
him an attack.
come here, my chewy
Who
child.
are you, Chris Hansen?
Why don't you take a seat over there? You
All
big
right,
damn
well.
bug.
You know what? This is gonna be a big fucking bomb, Ethan.
Wait,
Did you get a crit?
I did.
You get a crit.
it can't be a
And-
bomb. I'm in there.
Lazuli is... actually, Lazuli's... I think specifically she doesn't have to be within 5 feet. I think she has to be within melee of it. Like melee combat with it.
I
She's not
mean-
in melee combat. She's being grappled.
Well,
I
there's also
mean-
If I remember
It's
the wording correctly.
not incapacitated is the only thing that I believe disables sneak attack, right?
I honestly haven't
Yeah.
played a rogue, but I don't remember the exact wording.
It's distracted with me at the moment.
Yeah, here.
You guys said pretty
that
much as
sounds
long as there was
wrong.
someone else there, I had sneak attack, so I don't see why he can't.
Oh, Tyler just messaged me. His family's doing Christmas tree tonight.
The
Okay,
fuck, Tyler?
yep, that is my mistake. Melee must have been a 3.5 thing. Yeah, she's within 5 feet. It is distracted chewing on her, so there was a bomb tied to that arrow.
yes, one large bomb.
I mean, it can't be too large. That arrow's not going where it needs to go.
I'm
No,
confident.
it's just no. You know what? He's gonna triple notch so these arrows, and they're gonna have bombs on them.
Oof. All right, let it fly.
All right,
And by that I mean roll that damage.
so the
Get
arrow.
the damage.
The first he's gonna do. It's gonna be.
Quick thing. I do roll twice for crits. I think it's a little bit more lenient. Nothing feels worse than doubling a 1, and you're less likely to roll 2 1s.
Okay.
That's fair.
So roll your damage dice twice.
It's basically
So,
the same thing, just, rolling instead of
More or
doubling.
less.
5.
Yeah, more or less. I feel like rolling gives generally higher numbers, which is what you want to feel on a crit.
That's fair.
Okay. So it's gonna be 5, 4, 10, 18, 20, and I got one more dice to roll.
All sounding accurate for a crit sneak attack.
Yeah.
And
Few things in this game do as much damage.
3 added, it's a 26.
All said and done, 26 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hide.
And he's gonna hide. In that case, after dealing that 26, make me a quick stealth roll.
14 plus 9.
Stealthy,
I
stealthy,
think
but
you're
stealthy.
pretty darn well hidden.
Fee, 5, fulfilling. I do the same fucking thing.
No.
What?
Okay. With that heavy blow, so this arrow just flies into this face and combusts inches from Lazuli's face.
Cough, cough.
You catch a nice whiff of that black powder that he was loading up with.
Ugh. Gross.
But this reels, and that's a crit, so I'm gonna say it drops you.
Yay! I'm gonna run away! No.
So Lazuli is free from her grapple. And the turn moves, well, actually, right to Lazuli.
I could run.
You could probably kill it though.
Oh.
She's also a
Yeah.
child.
I think these things only have like.
hurt.
I think these things
It's-
only have 30 HP, so it probably
It's
has
less that I'm a child and more that I have less than half of my HP left, so.
Oh, because wait, if I did
21.
21 on the first one, and then 14 is what killed it. So
It doesn't have a lot of health left, but yeah.
No.
I mean,
hold on.
yeah. It's
I mean,
it's
I've
what she
had-
wants to do. So
You know what? Wait. Oh, no, that.
yeah, they only have 35 health.
I would be more useful if I got the fuck out of there.
And this
Or-
one, you need to do 9 damage to kill this one.
I'm going to warn you ahead of time. I don't use the exact number given. I switch it up monster to monster.
do you
okay.
roll their HP?
I don't like. I roll, and unless a number comes up stupidly low, or they're in a big group where stupidly low can be funny, then I'll adjust. And I've done it where it's like, oh, this has 39. Okay, so one of them's going to have 39. Another's going to have 46, and as long as it's within their
Okay.
parameters.
Okay.
It gives a little variety so that not everything is like, okay, you have 20, you have 20, you have 20. It's
That's
like, no,
fair.
that guy's got 25. He gets one more turn.
It is a little less metagamey.
Little less, but it's honestly also just for the excitement, because I've had it in the other campaign where everyone thought they had the math down, and then the guy got one more turn, and they were like, oh no,
Yeah.
he's still alive? And I'm like, yes. And that monster downed a player before dying, so...
Nice. All right. Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck off up a tree.
Are
probably
you
gonna
going
get-
to disengage first?
Yes!
Okay.
But we're in the
Okay,
woods, so
that's-
I think it's possible to fuck off up a tree.
Oh, fuck off up a tree, absolutely. I'm just asking you if you disengaged or if you're willing to get smacked in the back of the head.
No, disengage.
Disengage. Good call. Good call. With Lazuli hiding in the tree, it moves to everybody's favorite Dragonborn hater, Harbeck.
Casual
look at you.
racism.
don't judge him.
DM, I judge everybody.
That's fair. So tell me about the positioning of these two on kegs.
They were both behind you, as both Boris and Lazuli were behind you firing off spells.
So could I get them both with a thunderclap, do you think?
They're not within 5 feet of each other, no.
Okay, but could I go between?
Maybe 8 feet apart.
How much? Say again.
About 8 feet apart.
So if I went in between them, could I get both of them?
Centered right in between them? Yeah, you could probably catch them both.
Awesome. I'll do that. I will go in between them and pound my staff on the ground, and they both have con saves to make.
Ooh. The first one, that's a fail, and the second one is as fail gets. That's a nat 1.
Woohoo! All right, and because of my arcane firearm, I get to juice this with a D8.
Ooh, baby girl, let her rip.
Give it the juice.
That would be a total of 13 points of thunder damage.
Good
Right,
juice.
13 to each of them. They
Come
reel.
on.
I am gonna make a roll here. Don't mind me. Okay. Use that for later.
I mind.
That sucks.
Both, are they,
See, I get to say that to you now because I'm in control.
Yeah.
I have the power now, Phoebe.
Are you okay, Ethan? Jesus Christ.
Damn.
they both still up.
They're both still up. The one that had dropped Lazuli is badly bloodied and doesn't look like it wants to be here right now.
In that case, since I
Hello.
the other one's
The other one seems injured more than willing to fight.
All right, in that case, since I'm in between them and I cannot safely hit both of them with this, I will move my little cannon to shoot the healthier looking one with its fire.
Healthier looking one. Okay,
So
and
that's
it has to make a dex save.
Yep.
Let's see what it does. This is the guy. Oh, no, the other guy got the nat 1. It is going to. It has to beat a 15.
Yep.
Let her rip.
Did it fail?
It failed.
All right. That would be only 8 points of fire damage.
Only 8 points, he says.
It's not
Only
nothing.
8 points.
Damage is damage.
Okay.
Damage is damage.
Is damage. All right, so the fire just flies into this thing's face. It is. Wait, you said the healthier one.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
I guess I could have finished off the weak one, but
There's actually a distinction with that. I didn't mention it, but I guess that's on me.
oh,
So, Boris, you're still grappled by the healthy one, aren't you?
I can angle. I can angle it. I can angle my shot.
You can. I'm just gonna roll a percentage here. There's a low chance it hits him at all. There's a
Okay.
low chance. But I'm making there be a chance.
Oops.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Literally,
Harbeck,
I said if it was 10 or less, it
Yeah.
hits him.
Harbeck
out of
is a
100.
talented inventor who knows how to.
I mean, we let the bomb rogue shoot bomb arrows at the child.
This is
so-
also true. This is
Got a
fair.
crit, though.
You are not wrong.
Got a fucking crit.
He did. The
So,
crit helps a lot.
the crit helps significantly as opposed to a middling failure from a safe thing throw. So,
Yes.
like I said, low chance. It was literally a 1
Sure.
out of 10 shot, and nothing bad came of it this time.
All right,
So,
I'm
I'm
done.
going to move on down the line, and he's Boris.
He's Boris.
Boris.
It's just how you're gonna announce every turn of his, aren't you?
I mean, how do you not? How do you not announce the turn of
Exactly.
he's Boris? You are currently grappled by this thing as it is attempting to just munch you up like the little fun-sized adventurer you are.
Oh boy.
Shit.
Think of your wife, quick.
Think of my wife.
Don't you have to get out of there though?
Yeah, I'm going.
I mean, you
Can
don't
make-
have to, but
Stab in
not
the
nec-
face while you're grappled.
Well, essentially your speed is 0. If for whatever reason the Ankeg became incapacitated, you'd be fine. Other than that, the thing happens is your speed is 0, and the Ankeg is going to have an advantage on attacks on you moving forward, as long as you're
Okay,
grappled.
well, I guess
Burn
what
it.
I'm going to do is
Turn it into Boris.
I could, yeah, I'll try.
What other spells do you have?
I have
Turn it into your wife.
Oh god.
poison spray. Yeah, I'm gonna use poison spray.
All right, that's a con save, I believe.
Con save of 15.
15. Well, they did well in the beginning, but not so much these days. Well, sorry to say, he's fine.
Damn it!
Oops.
I
His-
tried to use
Okay, gets
poison.
I mean, you're trying to fight acid with poison is the problem. See, you went for the wrong damage type. There's your problem.
Yes.
Damn, I should have used acid splash. It's okay.
It's melting your bones. Is there any bonus action you would like to take? Since you can't.
Can I just struggle?
I mean, a bonus action? Check.
usually escaping a grapple is an action, I think.
Yeah.
It is. I just looked it up.
Okay. Then I'll just look pretty.
You have a spell though, it's a bonus action. What is Shadow Blade?
Oh, do
It says bonus
Oh,
action
shit.
spells Shadow Blade.
I? Shadow Blade, I do have
What
a
does that
spell.
do?
If poison spray was a cantrip, you could cast another spell as a bonus.
As long as and poison spray is a cantrip, so
It is.
another spell if you so desire.
Hmm.
As long as it's a
Yeah.
bonus action.
Okay, I'll use Shadow Blade.
Okay, what does that do?
It's a concentration spell that uses 2d8 of psychic damage.
I think I know this. I believe Shava has this spell actually. It's basically gives you
A shadow sword.
yeah, it gives you a sword that I believe uses your charisma.
So edgy.
I remember we were freaking out that Boris had this.
Yeah, it like uses your charisma
what?
and you're proficient in it and stuff, and you can throw it if you want. And it works as a weapon that does like 2d8. So, can you do an attack immediately with that, or is that something you would do on later turns?
Doesn't say.
Last until the spell
doesn't.
ends. No, it just
Doesn't
creates
say
the
an
weapon,
attack,
so you would use
just
your
creates it.
yeah, you would
It's
just
just so as I'm being grappled, this sword is just going to appear in my hands, and I'm going to try to like backstab this guy.
well,
You can't. You've used your action.
Damn,
So you just
It's a
make
bonus
it. and
action.
then
I
wait.
just make it. Okay,
Yeah, it creates it, and basically your melee attack can just be with the Shadow Blade now.
great, cool. I will do that anyway because it's Boris.
is
It is Boris, so he's going to summon
Alright.
his shadowy edge blade.
Yes.
It shall bring him to his wife
Oh, he will find his wife.
one day, and she will not just be a picture. But for now, there's bugs. There's bugs everywhere.
There's bugs.
Ants everywhere.
And there's a tasty dwarf right in between them.
There is, however, one of them's really focused on the meal it's got in its mouth. It's
Also
it's
true.
just gonna just nom nom
Delicious Russian man.
nom nom nom. Delicious Boris.
No.
Fresh organic Boris.
Yes.
Ooh, it gets modified 20. It hits.
Oh,
I wonder if that hits.
I wonder if the
no.
Boris is very glad for higher constitution.
It hits his briefcase and does no damage.
He goes, careful, I'll make it go through the briefcase.
No!
No, not Boris's wife.
Not
Wait.
Boris's wife.
Boris's wife
Your
is the
briefcase.
briefcase?
No!
This
No.
is uncomfortable. 6 points of slashing damage
Okay.
and 6 points of acid
Are
damage.
you dead?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
That
Yes.
is its turn, and then, so it's just munching on Boris. The other one, it doesn't look like it knows what to do. Let's see if it turns tail, huh? Let's give it a percent chance, and staying. It's hungry. It's time to munch.
Hunger is stronger than its
It
fear.
wants its appetizer back.
No, it's lost sight of you, so it's gonna lunge at the guy who's making all these loud noises in front of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is going to lunge at you with a bite. Does a 16 hit?
Just miss with my enhanced armor.
Well, there you go. It was useful.
Thank God for that, huh?
Yeah, so you like it almost breaks through, and then like the designs that I drew on my armor just light up and repel it.
Okay, so it's going to be repelled backwards, and that brings you back to Bomb Boy.
Bomb boy.
Sex
I'll make a
bomb.
bridge in what, 10 seconds?
We
Oh,
are
okay.
sex bomb.
You're welcome.
So
Taking thousands of years. Look, I made a bridge. What'd that take? Like 5, 10 seconds tops?
what did that take? Like 2, maybe 10 seconds tops. So Vimos is gonna run in. He's gonna pop up next to the one that's hurt that just tried to bite the dwarf.
Hmm.
And I'm looking at breath weapon, and I'm wondering, is it a cone or is it right in front of me?
I think it's a
Most
cone.
are.
Yeah, it's either a cone or a
Okay.
line, and if you're a red dragonborn, I believe it's a cone.
It's a cone. Okay, so I'm trying to hit both of them with
It's
this.
a 15-foot cone.
I'm kind of in between them.
Sucks.
Okay.
I mean, they're only about 8 feet from each other, so a 15-foot cone will catch both of them.
All right, then I'm doing that.
Just suck it up, Quinn.
Yeah, Harbeck's like, wait, I'm in here. Shit. And it just happens anyway.
So Vimos hears you say that, tries to stop, but sneezes and does it anyway.
How about I do it anyway?
How about
How
I
would
do
I
it?
do
Okay, so Quinn and I believe your cannon both have to make saves as well as these on-kids.
Oh, is it hit the cannon too?
Your cannon's still pretty close because you fired it off at the on-keg that was
True.
hitting.
I guess that's
Boris,
up to
right?
you then. I was trying to put it a little further away since it's a ranged thing, but if you think it's still in range, then that's up to
Given
you.
the 50-foot nature of the cone, like unless you guys are at the
Yeah,
end of the cone, I think it's
that's
going to
fair.
catch it.
Okay. So what are we making? Dex?
Dex 14.
Dex
Okay.
saves all
Big
around.
ones, me, small ones. Well, I made it. Got a 16. My cannon did not.
One of the on-kegs succeeded.
Okay. 11 damage.
Whew!
11 damage.
My cannon has 1 HP.
Oh,
It just looks so singed.
that's sad.
And Harbeck is staring at, like, you can't see his face because there's an on-keg in the way, but he's staring at you with death in his eyes.
And I don't know, maybe some fire too.
The on-keg that was behind Hargrave is a crispy mess and collapses to the ground.
Is that the one that was between us? So it just collapses on you, and you to reveal the death stare from Harbeck.
Vimos is slightly rubbing his nostrils. Sorry, I sneezed.
Do you have any idea how intricate that carving is?
That's a spicy meatball.
Speaking of spicy meatballs, that child better get in the fight or do nothing. I don't care. It's your turn.
What? Oh.
Unless RJ has something else to do. I'm assuming hide again.
I mean, seeing as Boris is... How close are you to dying, Boris?
I have 18 hit points left.
Oh, what? You got more than I do.
Boris is a party man.
Fuck off with this shit.
Is Boris.
To be fair, the on-kick rolled actual max damage against you, Phoebe.
I know.
Well,
Yeah. Vimos will hide
Okay.
near
First, before
the
I go.
charred on-keg corpse.
Make me another stealth roll. It probably won't matter, but hey, can't be too safe.
18 plus 9.
You think you're pretty well hidden. You're getting a good whiff of this cooked bug.
Hmm.
And what would the child like to do?
Every fucking time.
save Boris.
I'm not wrong. You are a literal child.
I kind of want to use... What is this? Dissonant Whispers? Yes.
Oh, the brain pain.
The brain pain.
Pain.
I play so bad it hurts.
That's Spine Ripper's thing.
No, Spine Ripper's thing is he throws a rock.
No,
Spine
but he
Ripper,
was also
oh, yeah.
canonically a terrible musician.
Oh no, I play bad on purpose. I play good otherwise.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're not the full rips.
No. Except I am tiny.
I mean, you're tiny, but you don't throw rocks, and you only play bad when you want to play bad.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. I think I might do that.
Yeah, the branch you're standing on is wearing a trench coat and sweating nervously.
You know what? I kind of... yeah, we'll just do it at second level. It has a wisdom saving throw of 14.
Whiz save. Whiz, what is the... Okay,
Wiznard
Don't make
crab.
it, don't make it, don't make it, don't make it.
Blizzard crabs.
Wazoodle
I
crab.
feel like it can't have
Zoodle.
great
Was
wisdom.
Zoodle, what was it? A
It's a
14 it has to
bug,
be?
I hope not.
It's
It
a
has, yeah, 14.
I think 16 is higher than 14.
Damn it!
Well,
These fucking bugs!
Wiznard crab.
I don't know what else I can do other than just wait in this tree.
Well, you still roll. It still takes half damage.
Oh, yeah.
So you still get to roll your, was it 4d6? Yeah, you still get 4d6 damage off it. Just doesn't have to move away, and it doesn't take the full damage.
Okay, hold on. 4, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 13, 14. So it takes 8 damage.
8 damage.
Wouldn't it
That's-
be 7?
Oh, sorry, 7. Bleh, sorry, 7.
Which is a shame.
Why?
Death's Door is.
I got it.
No, that poor thing. That poor thing. You couldn't put it out of its misery.
Is it your baby?
You were so close. It's Quinlan's turn. It's not my baby, but you got so close to just putting the poor thing down, and you failed.
All right. Being sure this time to angle my cannon so that it is not going to hit Boris.
I thought your cannon was dead.
It has 1 hit
Yes,
point.
It has 1 HP.
being sure to angle it safely this time, I will try to
Sure. I could roll another percentile.
gonna put this thing out of its misery.
You may try.
All right, make a dex save.
No, it's dead.
Okay.
It doesn't
There
matter.
You cannot roll below 1
Okay.
damage, and it has 1 HP left.
All right. So yeah, as soon as
Thing.
An eye for an eye.
Would you like to do it, Quinn?
yeah, no, you go ahead. I was gonna say as soon as it dies, I'm like diving for the cannon and immediately starting to cast mending on it.
I'm gonna climb down out of the
Enveloped
tree.
it, and it, Boris, it just kind of spits you out as it starts shrieking and shriveling, and just pieces of it are falling off to the ground. The blood is just hardening on it, and it just collapses in a heap.
Can I slide gently to the floor?
No, but you can land on the ground without bouncing like some kind of ball made of concrete. Just
Boris.
Boris.
Boys.
So yeah, I take.
Vito will crawl out from under the fried on keg. Hey, we did it. Sorry about your cannon that doesn't go boom.
It's fine. It's fine. Give me a few minutes and it'll be back as good as new. I takes out
I sneezed.
takes out his wood carving tools and is hard at work casting mending on it.
I have a problem with my breath.
I noticed.
Well, see, back in the day, when I lived with my family out in our, I guess you could call it a mud hut. I'd call it a mud hut. All my other brothers and sisters, they could use theirs right away. Me, I could only, like, spit an ember or two, until one day I sneezed and boom, no more mud hut.
At this point, he's like chanting and stuff under his breath as he fiddles with his wood carving tools.
Lasley's still up in the tree, kicking her legs like, I learned a valuable lesson today.
I haven't
Moms
been
aren't always good.
I haven't been grappled like this in so long. Proud.
It makes you proud? Proud of what?
It reminds me of my life.
Vimos will step behind the dwarf. I don't need to know what you do to that briefcase when no one is watching.
My life is not a briefcase.
I don't know what kind of drugs you're on, and I don't know what you do with your personal time, but you need to keep that to yourself.
All right, 1 minute later, gets 9 hit points back. Starts casting mending again immediately.
Yeah. At the end of that minute,
Hmm?
that's when you start hearing screeching.
No.
What?
Bug screeching off in the
Run!
distance.
I don't want to fight any more bugs. Let's run.
Piss scoops up his cannon and says, "Oh, I'll fix it later. Fine." Just starts running.
Vimos kind of like wraps his hands in cloth and then grabs Boris like a dirty condom and holds him out in front of him. Ew, 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 ew.
We are just when we get safely far away. We are taking a few minutes of rest so I can fix this thing.
Fine.
Why do I have to carry the weirdo?
You could carry me instead.
You chose this. Embrace it.
Vimos will spin him around to look him eye to eye while running with him. Stop talking weird.
By the way,
Don't need to know about you being a chair or a little girl.
No, now I'm thinking about the time I was lizard.
You what?
Yes, I was a dragon of sorts. More dragon than man.
So he is one of us.
I'm so confused, and I am questioning my existence.
Yeah, my cannon will disappear after 1 hour if it isn't destroyed.
Yeah, you guys managed to go that hour without more onkigs. You can hear them converging on the space behind you, but they don't sound like they're giving chase.
Okay, I feel probably at one point during the hour, I take a few minutes to fix it. Even though knowing it'll vanish after an hour, I will take the few minutes it takes to get all of its hit points back so it's in pristine condition.
I mean, if we're gonna short rest, we might as well short rest because
it
Boris
takes,
and
like-
I aren't doing so hot.
It would take like 2 or 3 minutes. It's
And
just,
I got some healing shit I can do.
a short rest is a full hour. I'm talking like I mean, if we
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to, we
I
can short
need
rest. if we
healing,
want.
Quinn.
Okay, we can
There,
short
there
rest.
are some hissing sounds in the distance. Do we really need to make a short rest?
Sure, why not?
All right, if we're short resting, we're short resting.
Okay, short rest then. Fine.
Once we're safely away.
I guess all the time.
Guess I'll. Why are you gonna die?
Alright, so you guys can sit down for a bit. You guys get a good chunk of you put a good amount of distance between you and those onkigs.
Yep.
And you're not seeing any more tunnels around you when
Plus
you decide.
4. So
I make sure my
got
cannon is in good repair when it
this.
vanishes.
So,
Looks nice. It's as if nothing ever happened to it.
Yes. All right, let's spend some hit dice.
Stuff. And minus it getting sneezed on, but hey,
Yeah, what can you
just
do?
wipe it off.
Achoo.
this
Just it.
works.
It's 8.
Dusting.
And all right, that's everything.
Dost thou still need cure wounds or healing word?
I'm at full.
No, I'm talking.
You
to
guys finish that up. I'm gonna take a quick trip to refill my water.
Boris.
Hold on. I might spend another one.
No, let Phoebe use like healing word on you.
Okay, so. Yes. There.
Yes.
Is that. Why isn't that.
I don't know.
Boris.
Oh. Boris. Okay. Yeah, you could use cure wounds on me.
No, healing word.
Oh, healing word.
You don't need that much health.
Yes.
Alrighty. That will be.
I mean, out of combat, there's not much of a difference between Cure Wounds and Healing Word.
True.
Cure Wounds
that's-
would just do more.
6 points.
Perfect.
Perfect. Perfect, she says. Actually, you know what? I might do it on myself. Fuck it.
I'm gonna post some memes I found.
Okay.
Memes.
The memes.
Good memes. RJ, I kind of want to do the fireball thing.
The what?
Should have a candle in front of your Glade air freshener to throw fireballs across the room to establish dominance in front of your peers.
Yeah, I want to do that too, honestly.
Okay.
Speaking of candle, off with you. Ah! My nose! It hurts!
All right, everyone feeling nice and rested?
I am
Yeah.
rested.
All right, rested. In that case, continuing your march. Let me see. Who's in front?
I have Vimos be in front.
Are you still holding me?
No, he put you down, you weird fucking man. He's not gonna hold on to you and keep touching you. You're fucking weird.
He's cradling you in his arms gently.
No, he will put you down and start carrying the child instead.
Oh, okay.
He's carrying the child now. Boris must waddle on his own.
I guess Boris is just waddling his own path for now.
Okay. Or maybe another hour or so. And you guys hear some rustling in some of the bushes and foliage. Just a little bit off to your right. It's getting closer. Not at a fast pace, but
Vimos is not going to take any chances and throw a bomb.
So you throw a bomb, and you immediately just hear, Jesus, what the fuck is that?
Oh my god.
And it explodes, and you hear frantic, what sounds like running and diving as this bomb goes off in the dirt. And let me see something. Oof. One of the trees is on fire.
Phoebos, why'd you do that?
I thought it was more of those giant bugs.
It didn't sound like a giant bug.
I mean, it didn't sound like
little.
a giant bug until it saw the bomb.
What if it was like a puppy or something?
Then it would be an eviscerated puppy.
That's horrible. Leslie's gonna jump down and check out, like, if she can find the source of the voice. Like, hello, are you okay?
You see just what appears to be a large splash of water frantically hitting the tree over and over until the fire eventually goes out. It didn't get too big, thankfully. And yeah, 3 more people step out of some of the denser part of the brush, specifically a half-elf, a human, and a tabaxi. The half-elf looks at you guys and goes, all right, which one of you chuckle fucks through that?
Leslie's gonna point at Vimos.
Same.
Immediately.
We'll point at the dwarf.
and the two of us point at Pimos.
I will just blink.
just like slow frog blink.
And I would like
first and then
One
the other.
eyelid at a time.
would like to remind you that Boris is covered in soot and ash.
Vimos is going to point at the artificer, at the dwarf, and go, look, I don't know, I told him not to do it, he did it.
All right. Fucking hell, guys.
Hey, we fought some
You're the one
giant...
covered in soot.
I mean, he tried to blow me up, too.
You curse a lot for meeting strangers for the first time in the woods.
I mean, I almost died right there.
We almost
Because-
died a little while back. We met some really big bugs.
I met these people the other day.
I just had a random bomb thrown at me.
Look, I don't
So
like
as
any.
as they're fucking talking, Vimos will take out an unfinished bomb and start making it.
We thought you were one of the big bugs that almost killed us earlier. Well, he did.
I didn't do nothing. Vimos priming the bomb.
Mistakes happen in Vla all the time.
In a war zone, Grandpa.
Oh.
How old is Boris? That's actually something I'm not sure about.
He's question
Honestly,
mark,
I'm
question
literally
mark.
just picturing Danny DeVito.
You know, that's
Yeah, it's the true age of Danny DeVito. Add like 10.
Had like 10-ish.
fair.
Make it non-specific.
Jesus. All right, well, don't go doing that anymore. You could have gotten all 3 of us killed for no reason.
Well, now that we know you're not giant bugs, I'm sure Vimos won't throw more bombs at you.
Right?
I can't make any promises that the dwarf won't throw more bombs.
Oh
He is
my
a little.
God.
He is a little racist.
A little racist.
What have I done? What have I done to deserve this?
Give an odd look, Harbeck, but the other two are going to be firmly keeping their eyes on Vimos.
Harbeck, the racist bomb thrower.
This is profiling. Won't stand for it.
Oh god.
RJ is in tears.
That's just not just this is profiling comment got me.
Or if he tinkers with things he said he didn't want to see us. Clearly he's racist and clearly he made the bombs.
Somebody set us up the bomb.
Yo, he dropped the bomb.
At least he didn't drop that mixing tape. It's fire.
Oof.
Catch the whole forest.
And after making another black powder bomb, he's gonna start turning that bag of berries that he picked earlier into a bomb.
So what are you guys here for?
We're out here looking for a lake. What about you guys?
Oh, hey, we're out here looking for a lake too.
Oh, I thought we were looking for a cake.
No, lake.
Like with an L.
Yes.
Oh.
Technically,
I was-
we're looking for a gem. I believe, was it in the lake, near the lake, something about the lake.
I'm
Yeah.
looking for my wife, but bringing her priceless gem should be fine.
We've been over this, Boris. Your wife is your briefcase.
No!
It is also a
It
photo.
is not briefcase.
The Tabaxi's going to glance at Boris like, his wife's a briefcase?
Yeah, and a photo.
I have a wife. She is not a photo. She is a beautiful woman.
Honestly, I'm surprised he has a wife at all.
Boris is distracted. Vimos is going to slip a bomb into his briefcase.
The briefcase.
A lit
just
bomb or
off.
just a bomb?
No, just not a lip balm, just a bomb. He's just gonna put it in there.
Could you make me a quick sleight of hand check?
Okay.
Rogue.
Rogues.
He's probably good at them, but you gotta make.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Yeah, Boris, you're so caught up in people thinking that your wife is the briefcase that you don't notice it pop open just enough for Vimos to just drop a bomb in there and close it.
Oh, no.
Just starts whistling.
And then as he's standing next to you, listen, man, it doesn't matter what they say. Your wife is the bomb.
Yes.
But
she
now
has
your wife is a
correct
bomb?
bombs. You're correct.
And he's gonna go back to making more bombs.
I'm so confused. Why is your wife all of these things?
She is many things to me, but 100% woman.
Oh god.
What?
Vimos is going to sit there making a bomb and almost like gag for a moment. What did I tell you about saying weird shit?
Is Boris.
So, what are you looking for this lake for? To get back on some semblance of a track.
They're also looking for the gem.
Sure.
We're looking for a gem
Like,
too.
you guys are doing the same thing we're doing.
Are you doing it for that dude with the stuff?
Yeah, the scholar, yeah, he's the one who put out the job for it.
Yeah.
So does that mean...
I'll beat you there.
Yeah.
Leslie's gonna literally run off.
Well,
Like this is a race now.
Vimos is gonna go, kid, no. Ah, Christ, not a crap.
The human's just gonna, like, not even really looking, just picking at his fingernails. It's like, I hope she doesn't run into the ettercaps.
the what now?
The what? The what now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the lake's straight to the east, but if you go a little northeast instead, there's an ettercap nest. Nasty little buggers. I
Vimos
wouldn't
will
recommend
start
running
running
in.
after the child.
Same.
Kid, come back. I made you bombs.
But
Boris,
we gotta
whatever.
beat
Whatever you are, follow us. And just start running after him.
Sounds like plan. Not good plan, but plan enough. I will follow.
I guess
Alright.
we're all...
I just ran off in a random direction.
So you've run
What
off.
do-
Leslie, in her various excitement. Who has the highest survival score out of the team?
My survival is +3.
+3.
I have a +2.
2. RJ?
1.
1.
And Boris?
Yeah,
One.
how good is Boris at surviving?
1. He
I
should
guess
have
it's
been
me.
better, but
Guess-
he's not.
I guess it's Harbeck. Harbeck, you can kind of glance up at the sky, catching the glimpses of the certain things, catching glimpses of where the sun's going. Lazuli is bolting northeast instead of east.
Yay!
Wrong way! That way! Immediately just like waving in the direction.
But we gotta beat the other group!
You're not going to the lake, you're going to Ettercaps. It's that, the lake is that way. Just waving.
What's an Ettercap?
You're gonna get eaten again!
It's more
I want
bugs.
that.
More bugs.
Almost right on cue as on the line, what's an Ettercap? Lazuli, you run through a web that's the size of you.
God damn it.
There's just a spider web nearly covering you.
Fuck.
Oh no, you're not in it. You run through it like a human, like any person. It's not restrictive enough, but it's like the size of you. It is covering you from like your head to your
I'm
shins.
gonna stop and just go, ew!
Get back before we have more bugs to deal with.
Turn
I
around.
can actually
quick.
like pay attention to them. I'll go turn around and run back through the webs, even though I don't want to.
Turn around.
You already broke a hole through. You can just run right back through the hole.
Okay,
And
Ew,
this
ew,
is
ew,
how
ew.
we lose small child.
but we gotta
Reminds me
beat
of
them.
war.
And the two closest behind her, Vimos and Harbeck, you guys hear what sounds like clicking from inside that part of the woods?
Alright, we're leaving immediately.
Okay.
Vimos will grab the sticky child.
I've had enough. That is
Lazuli just still has web all in her hair, all on her clothes.
had entirely enough giant bugs for the day.
I'm sorry, did somebody say more bugs? Somebody say more bugs?
No, I think you said entirely enough.
Oh, entirely enough. Okay, so flumps.
I approve.
Leslie might like them though, even though I don't.
You guys are a Remoraz. Those guys are like bugs.
Yes, at level 5. Great idea.
I mean, you guys are level 5.
That's my point.
But to be fair, that's if it's a young Remoraz. A normal Remoraz, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Because unlike the purple worm, there's no place for a small goblin to sit on his back, ride it, and constantly stab it.
Yeah. Actually,
Leslie could try that.
Actually, that creature was modeled off of a Remoraz, not a purple worm. That thing.
Well, I mean, it's got a smaller spot. A goblin could ride it, but you guys don't
I mean,
have a goblin.
I made it larger than a Remoraz. It just had the same stat block.
Right, same stat block.
Yeah.
Thankfully, no such thing. The clicking gets a lot further as you guys, led mostly by Harbeck, get back on the eastward track.
Can I run again?
No, Vimos is carrying you.
Probably holding you outstretched because you're still just covered in webs.
Put me down! We gotta beat them!
We will be fine. Here, you can have this. I made it for you.
Is it a bomb?
He'll just like cough a little bit of flame and essentially hand you a sparkler.
My dad used to do this for me. This isn't that special?
Oh, okay. So you're questioning my bomb making skills.
I
And
just want to
He's
run!
just gonna reach into his coat and pull out a big one and just give it to her.
Yay! A bomb!
Morgan, protect me.
Would we just be able to hold it in one hand, or?
Actually, it's
I'm saying she would need to hold it in both hands.
That sounds about right.
I mean, if he's holding me outstretched, he's probably holding me by like the collar or something. So my hands are free.
I know your hands are free. I'm just getting a general think of what RJ says when he says a large bomb.
Like, so his medium bombs would be like hand grenades. His large bombs would be, you basically need to have one hand on the bottom or two hands on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
But so we're talking like soccer ball sized.
This probably isn't it, but I'm just picturing like an Adam West Batman style bomb.
This thing is as big as my head.
Yeah, no, that bomb you just handed her, yeah, it's as big as your head, Lazuli. It's a bit bigger than your head.
Thank you for the bomb!
I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
You glance back at Vimos looking like he's just really hecked up, and this child is now holding a bomb as big as her head.
A devilish gleam in her eye.
That's a pleasant sight. On the plus side, there's no adder caps in this direction. What you do find is a fine mist that you start to run through. It's not obstructing your vision, but it's kind of covering the forest floor, and there's a faint whiff of salt water?
A bog of eternal stench?
It's a bit odd for the forest, but hey, it's not the worst stench in the world.
Are we near the ocean?
Thought it was a lake.
I did too.
I will head towards it.
Okay.
Someone say something about cake.
Lake! La, lake!
I want cake.
I will look into my suitcase and ask my wife what to do.
Upon looking in your suitcase, you find a bomb.
My wife! She is bomb!
Your wife tried to assassinate you with a bomb.
She's a wife now, she's a bomb now, she's a wife, she's a bomb, she's a wife, she's a bomb.
Sounds like something my wife would do.
What kind of relationship do you have with that briefcase? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
I think he does adult things to it.
What?
Vimos will hold up Lazuli.
What do you know about adult things?
Listen.
I'm a bard. I sing songs. I work in bars. I hear stuff all the time.
Listen, child. Cover your ears.
Do you know how many drunk people have described sex to me before? It's really weird.
Child.
I don't put it on my briefcase. I put it on my life.
Vimos will take Lazuli and kind of hold her between his ribs and his bicep to cover her ears on the bicep and his ribs. We have a child. Stop talking about how you fuck your briefcase.
It's just briefcase, not wife.
Stop it.
Get some help.
Get some help.
And he will take Leslie out from under his arm.
You smell like black gunpowder.
Yes, and
it's not bad.
Okay, then.
Let's continue.
Harbeck is already walking.
Just waddling there with my bomb, unless you're still carrying me.
No, I'm still carrying you. You can't be trusted.
Kidding me? He just gave you a bomb. I don't think he intends on putting you down.
All right, so we continue moving.
Yeah, once the scent of the salty sea air is upon you, it's actually not too hard to follow where it gets stronger and where it doesn't. And though it takes you a little bit, and the mist keeps getting thicker and thicker, and eventually it does kind of obstruct your vision. And thankfully you guys are staying fairly close, but you can tell even at about 5 feet from each other, you're starting to lose each other. But thankfully it never quite goes that way, and you kind of come out of the mist. and it's still rolling along the ground, but it's much lower. You come to a clearing, a large clearing. In the middle rests a very large lake, maybe 120 feet across. The very center of the lake sits a small island with a tiny little what looks like a rundown boathouse. Except like half of a boathouse given the size.
Someone lives out here?
Should I blow it up?
No.
Nah, not yet.
I will rip off my shirt to reveal my scales and start swimming in the lake.
He's a fish man?
I don't know if that's preferable. We don't know what's in the lake.
I've dealt with many burly men. I will deal with anything this lake has to offer.
I bet 5 cherry bombs he gets eaten.
Hey, I'm going to say, Harbeck, you have the highest passive perception.
Yeah.
So you're the first one to notice. It's kind of hard to see through some of the mist, but there's definitely a fin now poking out of the water and just going right for Boris. And oh, look, another one. Oh, look, another one.
All right.
Boris! Piranhas!
You're gonna get eaten.
I will punch them with my fist.
Anybody else want to bet 5 cherry bombs he gets eaten?
No bet.
It's pretty solid. You're gonna get eaten alive. There probably won't be a body left for me to...
Join me, comrades.
I'm good.
Join me.
I'm not much of a swimmer, so no.
I like
Let us fight like men.
I like living.
If you insist. Jeez. Does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
How far away
Okay,
is
then
Boris? Oh, go ahead.
Boris is, at this point, through all this arguing, is already about 15 feet out.
15, okay.
It's super far, but he is taking 10 piercing damage as
Damn.
a shark just digs into you.
Damn. This is fine.
I mean,
right.
I know I'm not very smart, but this didn't seem like a very smart thing to do.
I don't know if this will actually help, but it'll at least be funny. And I will take my staff out and point it in Boris's direction and draw a rune on a spot in the staff that looks like an up arrow, and I will cast Enlarge on Boris.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Boris gets, I believe it's...
Boris is a human, so that's
twice as
medium.
big, 4 times as heavy.
Yeah,
Yes.
doubles in all dimensions.
He's swimming.
Yes.
Boris starts sinking with that kind of mass.
I think Boris can still swim. I mean, I would think Boris is stronger now.
Not wrong. You're not wrong, but from this, I was going based on the sound of it, and it sounded like Rebecca was starting to panic.
Well, what does Boris do when Boris suddenly becomes big Boris?
Boris flashbacks to when that one coat rack
Flashbacks.
became huge.
Oh my god. You're right. I will just. I will swallow my own fear.
You have advantage on strength checks, so if you're trying to swim and stuff.
I will swallow my own fear. I will use Blade Ward, and I'll keep swimming.
Okay.
What?
Yes.
Blade Ward, I believe, gives disadvantage on melee attacks.
You have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage dealt by, weapon attacks. He is not the smartest Russian.
Apparently not.
So actually, technically, even Animal Bites are actually classified as melee weapon attacks, mostly for balancing reasons.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Ethan
Blade
is
Ward will
merciful.
still work. Oh, that's just how it is. That's rules as written. They're classified as melee weapon attacks.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That one hits. At this point, you're just eating opportunity attacks until you tell me otherwise.
That is fun.
Cut in half. That's 2 more piercing damage. Another shark will try to take a bite. It hits.
Mr. Boris, are you swimming back or away?
Take 2 more piercing damage.
Damn. There's too many.
At this point, they're
Swim
also
back,
just,
you dummy!
the sharks are also just following you. There's more to nibble on now. There's so much more to eat.
DM, am I anywhere near this island?
While this is happening, I'm going to shoot a shot at one of the sharks with my bow.
Or make an attack roll.
Oh, nat 20!
Yeah.
Fish in a barrel.
That's a little-
Fish in a barrel.
You have a clean, easy shot. This isn't quite that. Technically, if you wanted fish in a barrel, you'd be shooting Boris, because it's kind of hard to miss him at this point.
He's a shirtless, scaly Russian man who's just swimming and swallowing his own fear.
I feel like scaly instead of greasy.
You're like
It's just
halfway to the
crispy.
island at this point. You're about 30 feet out.
Fuck it. Let's keep going.
So one of those sharks is taking, that's 10, that's 20, that's 30, 34.
34. You see a large splash of blood, and you can't tell if it died or swam away, because honestly, the blood there is mixing with all the blood leaking out of Boris.
Wouldn't that mean the other sharks would go into a feeding frenzy?
I mean, Boris is already bleeding, so more blood doesn't
That's fair.
really stink much. You do at this point notice a small school of quippers going around that area, though.
Ah, shite.
School of what?
Quippers.
They're
They're like piranhas.
yeah, I was gonna say. Basically
Okay.
piranhas.
Well, so they're now distracted, but there's still sharks just, that tasty Boris.
Damn it, you dumb fucking idiot, get out of the water!
And misses.
I've gone
hits.
so far.
It's dealing 3 more piercing damage thanks to Blade Ward.
Is Big Boris any more efficient at swimming?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, you're technically getting there faster because you're bigger.
Yeah, I mean, like, longer reach.
Vimos will fire another arrow at a shark.
Yeah, go ahead and make another attack roll, RJ.
Wait, how many points of damage did I get?
Right there, you got 3.
3. Alright,
Huh.
yeah, this is nothing.
Actually,
18 plus 6.
You managed to sink another one.
alright,
They're kind of all gathered near the surface, so it's not too hard to see where they are.
hey, Crazy Dragonborn, give me a bomb.
You can't have my bomb.
Okay, you get another 3 piercing damage.
Well, hold on,
Okay.
I gotta roll damage first.
Okay. I think Ethan said it was just dead.
It's just dead.
It-
Okay.
Sorry, what?
oh, did
so
this,
No,
did-
I said he hit. I didn't say
oh,
he killed
sorry.
it.
I misheard.
Okay.
When
That
he
one-
might have, it's kind of hard to tell through all the blood.
Yeah, that one's taking 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 3. He's taking 11 damage. And Vimos will snatch the bomb out of Lazuli's hand.
No, not my bomb.
Do you hand it to me?
Yes.
Okay.
No!
I will. Well, first, I ask you to light it first of all.
Vimos will spit
Okay.
and light it.
Now I will place the bomb on the ground and draw a rune on my staff and cast catapult on the bomb
Okay.
to make it launch up to 90 feet at one of the sharks. And the shark has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Just gonna watch with teary eyes.
All right. No, this one's on you. There ain't no aiming this shit.
Oh god!
It
I
aims
was
it.
gonna name him Bob.
I mean, it's a spell. It's a range.
Yeah, no, it aims. But when I say there's no aiming, I mean you're launching a soccer ball-sized explosive at a shark that is feeding on the giant Boris. Quinlan,
Okay.
you can aim a cannon that's fine. But aiming an explosive.
I mean, it's a spell, so it's kind of magic,
It's
but
alright.
okay.
It's Boris.
Okay, Quinn, so I'm sorry. If you're directly next to RJ, but I use a spell to launch something that's going to blow up at you,
Okay.
it's RJ.
This is fine.
Okay, fine. Shark still needs to make a dex save.
Fine, no, you know what? I'll look up catapult for you.
Shoot.
Fine.
The object
Fucking
flies in a
yikes.
straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose before falling to the ground, stopping early if it impacts against the solid surface.
He was saying, yes, you can aim the catapult, but the bomb is going to be quite a wide range
Oh,
of
okay.
damage after it lands.
Fair. Fair.
It is going to boom on the creature next to Boris. That is what I'm saying.
Maybe the
bomb
water-
itself will impact the shark.
Maybe the water will help. We'll see.
Put down.
I see where the miscommunication happened. Yes, the bomb is hitting the shark, no doubt about it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, provided it.
This is a
fails
giant
its save.
bomb that has a wide range.
Yep.
Yeah, provided it fails its save, it's going to strike the shark.
hmm
I have a bunch of tabs open now.
Watch the fire actually diffuses the light on the bomb and it just smacks the shark in the head.
You know what? I wasn't thinking about that, but I'm going to have that be a chance to happen now.
Oh my god.
Well, it'll still do damage either way if the shark fails its save.
It needed a 15, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it fails.
Awesome.
I'm going to roll percentile.
That fell. All right, so both the shark and the bomb take 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'm going to roll percentile, see if it goes out. It does not. It goes big kaboom, and let's see. RJ, I want you to roll me...
I think the stats are on his equipment for the bombs.
Yeah,
I think so.
3d6.
Roll me
Weirdly,
3d6.
The catapult does more damage than the actual bomb.
That's, again, just due to balancing issues.
I know.
Yeah.
It was high velocity.
Sorry, and it's cast iron.
Yep.
4. So 5 plus 4 is 9. 13 damage. But
They do get a dex
if-
save. They should get a
They,
dex
they,
save.
they need to make a DC 12 save.
Yeah.
That includes you, Boris.
Yeah, you need to make
And
a
possibly
12, a D-
multiple sharks.
Got this. Got this.
Strunk Boris should got this.
Don't got this.
I'd like to
wait.
point out that we kind of just
Wait.
invented a grenade launcher.
Is it a dex saving throw?
Yeah, but you get +0,
I get +0. Shit.
so you don't got.
I don't
this.
got this.
The sharks succeed. One of them does go into giblets. You can see the parts flying. Boris, you take the full brunt of that as well, as it just explodes at your side and burns your flesh quite severely.
Worth it.
Some of the other
used my bomb
sharks,
to hurt the weird Russian man. What's wrong with you?
the other sharks scatter.
How many
Hey,
points damage?
they scattered. I'd say that's a good trade-off.
What?
11.
Shit. Okay.
And I need to check something because I forgot wording. Ooh. It's
Yeah, I
at
got
that
it.
point, okay, Harbeck, it's at that point that you think you see what actually made the sharks scatter. The explosion, that helped. That got him scared. But
So Harbeck is
there's
sort
a
of
fin
patting
3
himself.
times the size of theirs now cresting the water, coming from behind.
Oh shit.
Coming from the side of the lake behind.
He cups his hands to his mouth. Swim!
Boris,
Rebecca,
you
you're
can
about
see
to
the
get
tree rounding the corner.
What? No!
The beast currently approaching you. You can see its shadow.
It's
That thing
the
looks like it's 25 feet long.
it's the Unagi.
Don't turn around, Boris. Just keep swimming.
At this point, I want a dex save from Boris for that.
No.
No, I want an athletics check for that swim.
You have
Fine.
You have advantage for enlarge.
Fuck. I don't even know where my dice went. I'm gonna
and,
roll.
and Rebecca's losing her dice.
Big Boris.
Giant Boris.
14 plus...
14 plus 5.
Was that
You
with
get
the
another
then?
roll. You get another roll.
I do.
Yes, you do.
Because Big Boris.
14
No.
plus 5.
Okay.
So 19.
Oh.
19.
Oh no.
What?
Was the
I
DC?
contested it.
Oh.
What?
This thing's bonus is massive.
Is this a 20 fucking thing?
No!
Is this that you need a 20 to save?
It rolled
No,
against.
I made it a
Oh.
contest, and it rolled a 21 against my
Good.
He's gonna get a single bite in.
Goodbye, Boris.
No.
I
Just-
hope you didn't like your legs.
I take out a puzzle
Yeah,
cube.
it can miss.
No, I take out a puzzle cube and turn it into like one side showing all audio icons, and you hear the Russian national anthem playing from it.
I don't know what this
Oh.
is, but I hope it helps.
That is a 24 to hit.
Oh.
Fuck.
Can I try to fucking Crown of Madness this thing? Maybe like.
That wouldn't help.
Not in the middle of damage, you can't. And look, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I didn't think I'd have to use this like this.
Crown of Madness only helps if it has other
God
things. to
damn it,
add.
Rebecca.
Rebecca has forced my hand. That is how. Okay.
What are you doing, Ethan?
What kind of dice is this? Okay.
And I swear to God.
21 piercing.
You're out.
I blame the sunk cost fallacy for this.
It's not.
Boris is floating in the middle
Rebecca's
of the
being
lake.
fucking retarded, so...
Damn you, sunk cost fallacy.
Wait, was Blade Ward still
This
up?
is fine.
Was Blade Ward up?
Yep.
Oh,
Blade Ward's still
It was.
active, though.
So
It was.
you take
Oh.
10.
Oh, did I just
So
save
not
Boris's
dead.
life?
Okay. Yeah, you did.
You
Hey,
should be at... You should be at
Boris.
8.
There is a large chunk taken out of your very large leg before you manage to get to shore.
Kill yourself to 8.
Yeah.
The only problem is you're having a hard time standing on the island because of how large you are. It's not impossible. You're not going to slip, but
Oh, okay.
uncomfortable.
I mean, I can drop.
Damn.
Do you want me to drop the spell?
Yes, comrade. I am a little bit injured.
I will drop enlarge, and Boris will become regular size Boris.
Okay, Boris is now
That's
safely on
normal
this little
size.
island. And Boris, you see this behemoth of a shark pass by the island, and yeah, that thing looks like it's 25 feet long.
Whew.
Oh, oh,
Sinks back into the lake.
damn.
Mega yikes.
I survived. So
Why did you do it? That was really dumb.
When I see a large lake with island in the center, I need to show that I am a true Russian man.
What's Russia?
What is a Russia?
uh,
Why is your wife a briefcase? Is that normal in the Russia?
In the Russia.
My
Vimo's,
wife is beautiful woman.
Vimo's standing on the other shore, holding up your briefcase. You forgot this.
Oh.
Boris swims back?
For his
No.
wife.
My wife.
So Boris, you're turning back to look at your comrades, including Vimos pointing out that you left your wife behind.
It's okay. I always have backup for you.
You have backup wife?
My
What
the hell is this Russia?
Hidden pants pocket.
You've got a nice wide view of this part of the lake that they're standing on, given that it's like 60 feet in, and it's damaged, but you notice a boat to their right. It's about 10 feet to Vimos's left at this point. You're right. It looks kind of damaged, but it's a boat.
Are you kidding me?
We have an artificer. He could literally just mend it.
Yeah, I will cast mending on the boat for a minute.
But yeah, he gets the boat in condition.
Vimos will blink. Vimos will look at Boris. Vimos will look at the boat. Vimos will look at the briefcase. Just open up the briefcase and look at the photo of Boris's wife. Crumple it up and eat it.
You know, I'd say something about that, but he deserved it.
And I think with that, we will get into the boat.
That sounds like a fabulous idea. Hey, wouldn't you know? There's a couple of oars with this boat.
Oh my god.
I want one!
Almost as if somebody needed a way to get to the house in the first place.
Boat.
I didn't expect that to be Rebecca. I thought somebody might pull something like that, but I wasn't sure who. I didn't think it'd be Rebecca.
Boris.
I underestimated the Boris.
You didn't underestimate, you just forgot. It's been a while.
I mean, it's how I designed it. If somebody wants to go off book, that's fine, but they eat the consequences.
Yep.
Or the consequences eat you.
In Boris's Russia. Consequences.
Still eat you. Yes. So you guys are paddling along. And yeah, some of the sharks swim under you. They don't pay much mind. In fact, I think Vimos accidentally bopped one of them on the nose with the oar at one point. Very nonplussed about that. It's at that point you feel kind of a large wave, and you can see that big shadow passing by again. It's underwater, but it's passing under
Leslie
you.
immediately rose faster. Wait, am I rowing, or did you deny the child?
I mean, you can sit on Vimos' lap, but he's gonna do most of the work.
I want to row!
You're too weak.
I still want to row anyway.
Vimos has a strength score of 19.
Oh.
Vimos is a buff rogue.
He could literally row the boat himself.
Is rowing the boat himself.
Sure, why not?
Not that big a boat.
He's strong enough.
It doesn't take much. It's a fairly small paddle boat, big enough for maybe 4 people, 5 if you've got a tiny person.
So like a log canoe.
A bit wider than a canoe, like double the width of a canoe, maybe a little shorter.
Gotcha.
Kind of standard paddle boat.
A Minecraft boat.
You guys can see, you do find the Cripper School still spinning around one of the shark corpses. They are going to town, let me tell you.
Boris, I think I see some of your flesh down there.
Oh, I don't need that. I shed every winter.
You what?
You do what now?
I get it from my mom's side of the family.
Please
Remind you every
stop
time I
asking the
coffee.
crazy man questions.
But I
don't
have
wanna
so
have-
many.
I don't want to feel required to eat another photo of his wife.
I'm surprised you did. It looked like it had stuff on it.
For a moment there, I felt like my brain had sputtered out for about 3 seconds, and my body just kind of did what it thought was right. And that's where I ended up.
I'm surprised you haven't vomited it back up yet. Or are you gonna wait till we get there to do it?
To do what?
To vomit it up. Like, on his shoes. I've done that before.
No.
People I really don't like.
I'm going to take a shit later and throw it at him.
That's
Or
a
you know
great
what?
idea.
I'm just going to shit in his briefcase.
I feel like I can't really hear what's going on.
Probably
so I
not.
just hear white
You just hear-
shit and briefcase.
And then Leslie laughing like a maniac.
You think he just said your waifu is shit?
Rebecca's just stuck listening to this conversation. Cases. Questioning possibly every decision he's ever made. But you guys do make it to the island fairly uneventfully,
Except for Boris.
Damn.
except for Boris.
Damn.
Boris is bleeding a lot. Boris blood.
All right, how much healing do you need? Or can I just do like a medicine thing to stop the bleeding?
I don't think that would
She's
actually
at-
heal.
She's at 8 health.
Oh! Fuck! Cure wounds, I guess.
Dumbass.
Waste my spells, you silly man.
It was fun.
It was worth it.
Is that Quinn or Hardbeck saying that?
That was Quinn. Harbeck is exasperated as all shit. But we got Big Boris.
Yeah, cure wounds first level. So you get 7 points back. Yay!
Yay!
Hey.
Stop getting hurt for stupid reasons.
No.
Yes.
Important question. Can I have my briefcase?
After I have the call of nature, yes.
You have it
See,
in your hand.
You
He
can
may
have
or
it
may
back when
not
I'm
have-
done with it.
He may or may not have taken your wife, and he's got to give your wife back, but it's gonna take a little bit.
I already have my wife. I have plenty wife.
What?
You see these pants? These pants are sewn with wife.
Your pants are your wife?
Vimos is going to blink one eyelid and then blink the other and just open up your briefcase, gag himself, and vomit in it and close it.
I'm starting to think that Boris's wife is some sort of eldritch horror.
Versus what?
Is just some sort of unknowable entity from the far realm.
Yes.
That was character concept. Boris has been like that the whole time. This mildly disturbing unknown entity. You just didn't notice because you were busy pounding a teacher's skull in with a lollipop.
Well, I know I'm talking about Boris's wife, not Boris himself.
Oh no, Boris's wife. Nobody who knows what she actually looks like.
Even though there's a picture.
Yeah, what's the photo of then? Because Vimo's got to look at the photo.
True. But you don't know, like, what class she's in, or, if that's actually the legit photo of his wife, and he didn't just, like, search some beautiful woman online and was like, oh, yes, this is wife now.
It is online. Thank you.
Oh, okay, well, maybe, he had this, like, photo that was painted, and, it was like a caricature of his wife, and he's like, yes, this is...
Photos exist. I'm just saying there's no internet to search them up on.
True.
Just rips a fucking photo from, like, the samples at, like, a photography shop.
A photography shop, and he's like, yes, this is wife.
Multiple duplicates made.
I'm like 20.
Or he keeps coming back and stealing the same one after they replace it.
He only stops because they stop replacing it. Photo.
Perfect.
Anywho, you are all sitting on this island now. Your boat is kind of up against the shore.
And Boris has fresh dragonborn dung in his briefcase.
And we
Or no, not dung, never mind. That's right, you vomited in it.
and we also have a boathouse to check out.
Leslie's gonna run in.
Just blindly just fling open the door, go in.
Leslie's there's running!
Yeah. I kind of need to find
Need
a
a
new
dex save.
business jacket. So
I need a deck save.
Oh
Oh,
no.
okay.
what?
It's not
What?
a horrible thing.
Leslie's
Horrible
baking.
thing, but I need a deck save.
Nat 20, eat my ass.
Oh, that's good. That's a good thing.
It's got +5.
Because, Lazuli, in all of your haste, you throw open the door, you fling this, and you immediately start plummeting down a hole.
Oh.
What?
Barely managing to catch yourself on the ladder that is inside of it.
Oh! I know what I'm going to do.
What?
I'm gonna cast Spider Climb on myself, and I will climb down this hole.
Ignoring the ladder.
Don't apply logic.
Hey
Yep.
guys, don't run
Russian
in.
logic.
There's a hole.
Is the hole the only thing in the boathouse?
A hole takes up the entirety of the boathouse floor, and the shelves are bare.
So the boathouse mostly seems to be like cover for the hole.
Cover, or perhaps at one point there was some extra stuff in it, but it's just a hole now.
Alright. I guess we'll descend the hole.
Go deep into that boat.
Demos walking into the boathouse. What'd you say? There's a bowl and then falls.
Well, I don't have feather fall.
He's falling, I guess, Dex save to see if he catches himself on the ladder.
Sure.
Rogues.
Should be fine. Should be fine.
13 plus 6.
You're
okay.
fine. You fall a little bit further down than Lazuli before you clamp your hand on the ladder, but yeah, you're gonna be fine.
Hole. I said hole with an H.
What? Bomb? And Vivos will throw a bomb down the hole.
No!
No bomb.
What is actually wrong with you?
Vimos, you listen for a second, and all you hear is the light of the fuse going out.
What? That's
Probably-
no fun.
Probably got water or something.
Yeah, looking down, there's a pool of water at the end of the ladder.
Are we gonna have to go under the water?
Oh. Fuck.
What?
Anyway, you get to the bottom. Not too difficult for everybody but Boris, who gets like 10 feet off the ground because the hole just kind of stops, but the ladder keeps going for 10 more feet. Well, I mean, it's not hard for him to get to the ladder, but you know.
He's got a skitter around the hole.
Yes.
The rest of you, upon the hole stopping, is when you're almost in this, like, cave. It's dry down here. The ground's a little damp, but outside of the shallow pool of water that barely goes up to your ankles, at the bottom, and Vimos, your bomb is just kind of sitting in it, it's fairly dry down here, except for, you know, the... Oh, the ceiling's made of water. Oh, that's the lake.
Wait,
Meh.
what?
Yeah, the lake's floating above your heads, maybe 15 feet up.
Oh, that's cool. Lazuli almost falls on her back, looking up at this thing.
Vimos will pick up his bomb and add another fuse to it.
Well, let's hope the powder didn't get wet. Yeah, it's you can actually see that giant ass shark, including some other sharks, the crippers, the blood, everything. Hey, Boris flesh.
Oh, hey, there's your flesh. It sunk to the bottom? Question mark.
I
And it's
suggest,
just kind of floating there as some of the crippers are going ham on it.
I suggest we find
It's all
this,
suspended in the water.
I suggest we find this gem and get out of here while we can.
Yeah, the only other notable factor of the room, once you kind of get over that part, is there's almost this weird pillar of water connecting to another little divot in the ground, connecting the ceiling to the floor.
Didn't this
And-
guy say that the stone controlled water? Huh?
I was just trying to remember. Did he?
I'm
If you
pretty
refer
sure
to
you
the
did.
notes I gave you,
Let's see.
no one knows what the stone can really do.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It was just assumed.
It's a
I-
mystery.
All you like. Officially, you never talked to Paravis before leaving, and the only thing the job description said was nobody actually knows what that enchantment is.
Oh, great.
I'm
When
And for all you know, it could be an enchantment of cast Finger of Death on whoever touches it.
When you skip the tutorial.
Remind me.
Force you to talk to Paravis.
Tutorials are for
That's
pussies.
what it said on the tin. Come on.
You were saying about the pillar of water, Ethan?
Oh yeah, it's this pretty thick pillar of water, maybe 5 feet across, 2.5 foot radius. And it just goes into this little divot in the ground. Again, it doesn't look too deep, maybe half a foot into the ground. And the water just kind of seems to be cycling through, going down into that and then back up, forming this almost pillar up into the lake. Other than that, there's not much you can see immediately outside of a couple drips. If anyone doesn't have dark vision, which I don't think anyone doesn't.
Harbeck will look at this
No.
and say, there's a hole in the bottom of the lake.
Then you hear a song. Like,
Oh no.
I don't know if RJ heard me.
Trapping all of you down here forever listening to it.
No.
I don't think RJ heard me.
But it's a lake, not the sea.
I know.
Anyway,
Yeah, as you say that, a man in a trench coat with a cardboard shark fin on his trench coat swims by.
He's riding the giant shark.
Oh my
like,
god.
he's just pretending to be a shark. I like the cardboard fin better.
Is that a shark? The shark sweats nervously.
Yes, I am a shark.
Of course.
Of course, I am a shark. Why wouldn't I be?
Shark noises.
Shark noises. Must go do shark things now. Goodbye.
So wait, are there exits in this cave? Like, does it keep going?
You can see it keeps going, and there's just a land wall roughly where the lake stops. You're essentially in a room, and looking around, there's actually a couple more of those water pillars around.
Does the stone at all look sculpted or crafted, or does it look completely natural?
Oh no, you're not looking at it.
Well, I mean, I am now.
Here, I never said it.
No, he just said there's pillars and weird divots in the ground. He never mentioned the stone.
Yeah, I didn't mention the stone.
I brought up the
Right,
stone.
well,
I didn't say we saw it.
I'm saying we're in a cave. What is this? Does the stone look like it's a natural formation?
Oh, the stone in the walls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
That's
my
cool.
mistake. Yeah, it looks pretty natural. In fact, it looks mostly like dirt, as you would expect from a forming lake.
All right. No stone cutting then.
So sad.
But if you had move Earth, if only.
Old Earth, now that'd be a hell of a spell right now.
Can I do some sort of investigation to find, like...
It's called investigation.
Yes.
I'm gonna poke my head into one of the pillars.
Yeah, I was going to say, just to see if I could find a path or...
Like,
So you poke your head in while Quinn does his roll, and you get a big old dose of salt water right in your mouth.
ew.
And,
Well, I mean, I held my breath beforehand.
That's... Yeah.
Well, unless your eyes are closed, it's getting in there too.
Oh,
Yeah.
It
That's pretty
burns.
that's pretty
It's
average.
kind of cold.
I got a 12.
12. Let me check my notes. 12. You catch what appears to be a glimpse in one of the pillars a little further down, like a little glint.
I go towards it.
Okay. Inside one of the pillars, there appears to be a sapphire kind of swirling around, no bigger than your thumb. It's shaped like a water droplet.
I have a theory.
Vimos is going to look at the dwarf and say, "I think I can concur with your theory."
I think
Down.
that points at the sapphire is holding that up, and I point at the water roof.
Watery child noises.
Yep.
Well,
Wet child noises.
here's what I think we should do. All of yous go back to the ladder. I'll grab the rock.
Could you give me a moment to examine it first?
Yeah, fine.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I can figure out any specifics about how this is
Sure.
working?
I'm going to ask that I'm going to ask you roll at disadvantage since this sapphire is fairly small and moving in a 15-foot vertical loop.
That's fair.
Kind of hard to keep your eye on it.
Yeah.
Or get a good close look at it, I should say.
Oh, that's another 12 in that case.
So, from what you can see as it kind of skits by your vision, it's definitely got some sort of enchantment on. This is definitely what you're looking for. As for specifically what it has to do with the lake, could be. It's got the correct shape. They tend to be shaped like similar to an enchantment placed on them, not always. Sure. It wouldn't be unreasonable to think it has something to do with the lake, though you're not sure. The gem kind of seems a bit small to be doing all this by itself. But maybe it depends on the power of the enchantment, I suppose. Kind of hard to tell when it keeps zipping by your vision.
Actually, here's another question. How much damage do I think it would typically take to crack a gem of a gem of this size?
A gem of this size by itself could be cracked with a decent enough swing. Magic items, as you know, are much harder to destroy.
Right. So, in other words, it would probably survive a catapult spell.
Probably what?
It could probably survive being catapulted.
I can't. Oh, catapulted?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you kept cutting off. Yeah, I could probably survive that. I should mention, because I made a little check here, and I think it's fun to put it in now. As you're kind of leaning in, kind of trying to catch the glimpses of the stone, like you're keeping your eyes on it, but you're taking your close looks when it skits by your vision. Mm-hmm. You see these two little darker spots form in the water.
Oh yeah, there was a beast guarding it, wasn't there?
It's about eye level.
Maybe that's a giant shark.
They sit there. No, there's no way that giant shark would fit in one of these pillars. You know that.
No. I'm saying like we heard there was a giant beast guarding it. I'm wondering if the giant shark was the beast in question.
Maybe, but these little dots kind of form in front of you, and they kind of they're rounded. I would say not full circles, a little bit ovular.
Okay.
And they sit there for a bit in the water. They don't really move until they disappear.
All right.
And at that point, you see the gem go up on its normal path, and it's going into the lake and moving through the lake now.
The dots are going into the lake?
No, the dots disappeared. The gem is moving into the lake and going across the ceiling.
Oh, shit. How far away is it?
Currently, it's 15 feet above your head.
Okay.
Well, maybe a little higher since you're a dwarf.
Right.
Like 17, 18.
If we were to move back to the ladder, how far away would it be?
The ladder's a decent distance horizontally from it. Vertically, you could get within like 5 feet, but the tunnel that surrounds it makes it kind of hard to reach the ceiling.
Okay.
You do notice, though, as it skips along the water, it just kind of drops into one of the other pillars and goes back to the whole following the path of the water.
Interesting. So here's what I want to try to do, and you can tell me if I think it would work. I want to get everyone back to the ladder, and then use Catapult, which has a range of 60 feet, to launch the gem to us and the ladder. And it can launch up to 90 feet.
That is a pretty far distance. You think that could work as long as you can time it right with the path of the gem.
Just wanted to mention that Lazalie been like dipping her head out to take a deep breath and then just shoving it back in the pillar. Totally not paying attention to any of this.
All right, I feel like this is going to make.
Is anybody standing near Lazalie?
What?
Is
anybody standing near Lazalie? I am assuming Quinn isn't. Vimos, are you anywhere near the child?
Yeah, Vimos will grab the child.
No!
I'm asking if you're near her, because you can see some of the quippers start to bob down kind of in the pillar where she's sticking her head in over and over again.
Maybe away from the water.
What? I can't hear you. I got water in my ears.
Dragonborn, get her away from the water.
It's also very salty.
Like I said, Vimos will grab her.
Yeah, once she's out of the water, the quippers just kind of float back up into the lake and lose interest.
Oh, piranhas.
All right.
I think they could come down here.
All right, here's the plan. Everyone get to the ladder. I can get the gem.
You sure about that, racist grandpa?
First of all, I'm not racist. It's just personal.
You said you didn't like looking at us.
That has nothing to do with your species, believe me.
That's what they all say.
Regardless, I can get the gem from the ladder.
How are you going to get back? And how are you going to get your catapult back?
I don't have to be standing next to an object to catapult it.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, it
Maybe
might
does.
get stuck down here, wouldn't it?
Just trust me on this.
Okay.
Leslie's just
I'll
going
move
to
back.
shrug and start climbing back up the ladder.
All right. Harbeck will go back to the ladder, and once everyone else is at least at the ladder, we'll wait for the gem to be in an opportune location and try to catapult it to the wall next to him.
The wall. So you're not catapulting it directly at the party?
No, because that would damage us as well.
True. But you guys know that the boathouse was in the center of the lake. The nearest wall is 60 feet in any direction.
I'm just trying to bring it to us, but not like actually hitting us and damaging us. So like basically where the ladder is, picture it like hitting next to the ladder or something like that.
I mean, you can try to hit the ladder itself.
Sure, as
Takes
long as
out
I
the
don't think
fucking
it'll
ladder.
actually break the ladder.
The ladder's made of metal. It should be fine.
Okay, sure, that's fine then.
If it hits it in. If the gem's
Gets it in
enchanted, it'll be
20.
more than fine.
Yeah, that's fine then. Catapult.
All right. And you go ahead and you catapult this thing. And it flies out. And as it flies out, it's coming right for you. I mean, it's clearly going to go over even Vimos' head, but about 15 feet away from you guys, part of the water in the lake in the top just starts pouring down
That's what I figured.
and just kind of scoops the gem out of the air and
Oh.
sinks it back into the lake.
Wait,
You can
what
come back
happened?
down.
What happened?
Unexpected things.
Wait, you can elaborate.
It didn't work. The lake took it back. That's not what I thought would happen.
All right. then.
Leslie's gonna go back to sticking her head in the pillars again.
Stay away
Vimos.
from the water. There are quippers.
Vimos will grab Leslie and hand her to the dwarf.
That's off the child.
Throw me at it. Maybe I can catch it.
We're gonna go with my plan now.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is. I'm not sure it's following the same rules that we assumed.
What if I just took it and ran up? Or Vimos did.
You guys get on the ladder. I'm gonna grab that gem.
All right, fair enough. We tried my way. Let's try your way. We'll head back to the ladder.
Vimos will wait for the gem, and he's going to dive into the pillar of water to grab the gem.
Okay. Make me an acrobatics check.
All right.
To dive through and grab that gem.
21.
21. That's pretty good. So you dive through and you pop out the other side. Not too bad. A bit salty in the eyes, but hey, nothing you haven't done before. It's not worse than the soot. And you see the little sapphire in your hand. It's in your hand.
All right.
Run, run, run.
And that's what Vimos sees. What the rest of you see is once he notices he has it, he starts making his way back. He gets around the other side of the pillar, and a large amount of the water starts flowing out of the pillar behind him and forming up into a, frankly, not humanoid form, but it's vaguely got the torso and arms. And him as it's about twice his size. And it raises one of its large arms.
Yeah, I'm gonna run. Book it.
So you book it.
I'm starting to think we were told that a creature guards this thing. I'm starting to think the creature is the lake.
We're gonna have some
it takes one opportunity attack as Vimo starts booking it. And it... let me check its bonus. Oof, that's a 21.
Uncanny dodge.
I know what I want to
Uncanny
do.
dodge! Now, I believe that halves the damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does it have to be a specific type, or is it just any attack on you?
Any attack.
Any attack, okay. So let me roll the damage. We'll add the bonus. We'll cut it in half. So 13. You're going to be taking 6 bludgeoning damage off that. As this thing of water knocks into the back of your head and then goes for the gem in your hand.
I'm not letting it take it. It's mine.
And that's going to be a quick little strength contest. Something Vimos
Good luck.
quite good at.
Off rogue.
Strong.
You're fighting something with the same bonus, so...
Okay.
Strong bomb
So,
roll versus
for all-
strong water.
Yeah, I was about to say, for all his grandstanding, it's like, good luck. It's like, good luck to both of you. It's even grounds here. What do you have?
22.
Also has a 22.
Whew.
So, I'm going to call that as these two. The rest of the party's watching as Vimos and this elemental are just in a tug of war over this little gem.
All right, this is gonna be my juice for the day, but I think it's worth it. Let's give him a boost, and I will cast Enlarge on Vimos
Large on Vimos.
to give him advantage on
That is
strength.
advantage. We'll have another strength contest. This time Vimos will have advantage, and this water's just going to have to make do with its one die. And it went off the table. Good job, me. At least I caught it.
Love that.
What do you got, RJ?
23.
Oof. It wrangles it from your hands.
Oh,
Holy shit!
And that means it beat me with a fucking nat 20.
Beat you with a natural 20. That was a low chance. But yeah, it got the nat 20 and boosted to 24. So it does manage to wrangle the stone from your hands and lets out a... You think it's a roar? Do any of you speak Primordial?
I do not.
No.
So,
No.
Nobody has any clue what's going on except for this thing is not happy with any of you at the moment.
I'm going to try and grab it again.
I'm actually going to say that's initiative.
Okay,
Oh, all right.
is it for all of us?
Oh shit!
Might as well have everybody in the lineup.
Just in case we want to do anything.
Just in case.
Well,
there
that's
is fighting happening.
that is a
Whether or not
6.
you want to go through with the fight, up to you.
19.
14.
6.
It's 6.
19, 6.
No, I got 14.
So 19, 14, 6. And RJ?
21.
It won. Okay. So that does that. With a... Maybe you got the 16?
Huh?
You got the 16, right?
16 plus 3.
Okay, you got the 19.
I got 19.
19. Rebecca got the 16?
Rebecca got 14.
Where am I getting 16 from?
I think it's because I got a 6. You're confusing
maybe I'm
with
just conflating. I might just be conflating that. Okay, so then that. Look at that. This is looking like a similar. This is looking familiar. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This encounter layout, or I should say the initiative layout,
Oh.
Well, in terms of you guys, the only thing that's switched is Quinn and Rebecca swap places.
So you're saying the thing gets to go first?
No, I said in terms of you guys.
Oh.
You.
It sounds like it's going to be a while before my turn. I need to hit the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right, well, it's RJ's turn first.
Let's see.
By the way, this thing is partially in one of the... has retreated partially into one of the pillars now.
Doesn't large do anything to my attacks, or?
I don't know. Let me look it up. Since I have access to Quinn's sheet and can read all his spells. It might. Enlarge, doubles in dimensions. And... you get an extra d4 damage.
Oh.
Off your weapons.
All right, then.
A little bonus.
I'm gonna hide.
Where?
If I crouch down, he can't see me if I crouch down.
Saz category is him. He'll never see it coming.
I fucking feel that.
I'll take a swing with my rapier.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Back.
19 plus 7.
19 plus 7. That is a hit.
How would you like max damage? So
How
8
much
plus
is max damage?
4 is 12. And the extra d4 is 2, so 14.
14 damage, you say?
Yes.
Well, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is you absolutely hit it. I think you mean 7 damage.
Resistance.
Blade has a hard time passing through the water and really catching anything. You do still deal that 7, and it takes it, and it doesn't like it.
Okay.
Anything else for your turn?
I think that's it for me.
Okay, down it is Phoebe again.
Well, I'm far away from it now, so...
All far away from it except Vimos. Big old Vimos.
Big old Vimos.
Big Vimos.
Vimos Stronk.
Lad.
The lad.
Absolute unit.
In awe at the size of this lad.
Well, you made him like that, so you shouldn't be at all.
Correct.
Well, that's not gonna help. Dissonant Whispers third level?
Sure, that's a wisdom save?
Yeah, 14.
Okay, 14, and it'll take the damage if it full damage fails, and I believe it has to run away from you.
It doesn't move and obviously change ground. Yeah, as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay then. Well, let's see what happens first. I will roll, and what's its wisdom bonus? It is that, and that means it succeeds.
Fuck!
A modified 17.
I guess I'll just move closer then, I don't know.
Okay, you're gonna move up. And that puts the turn order to one watery boy.
Mm-mm.
No.
I'm good, thanks.
No.
I mean, you and Rebecca don't have much to worry about. You're kind of far off.
True.
Okay.
And there is a large dragonborn in its face.
Mm.
A large lad. Let's see if it can actually manage a hit. As it will make 2 slamming attacks.
Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge? Okay. And that's... Is there a restriction on uncanny dodge? I don't remember.
You can use it once on for your reaction.
Okay, you get 1 reaction with it. Yep. Let's see if this hits. Double check the bonus. 19 hits, so we're looking at half of whatever this is.
Well, no, I'm gonna use it on whatever.
The higher one, yeah.
The higher
you can pick.
one.
Oh, the higher of the two damages.
Yes.
Yeah, he can pick which one he wants to have.
And it makes the attacks one at a time.
Yeah, technically you should pick as they come. So if
Well,
the first
I'm gonna see what this one dotes in damage.
dote.
Yes. So come on, what's the damage?
You could wait until the damage happens. Like you have to declare it on a hit.
No, it's after damage. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
I don't play rogues much, so I just don't know.
Uncanny dodge, uncanny dodge.
It is 12 bludgeoning damage.
Do the
Yeah, I'll half that one.
6 bludgeoning damage. It will make a second attack. Which is to slam once more.
Come on and slam, and welcome to Japan.
No, it's not what I was going for, but same ballpark. I remember RJ's AC because we talked about it. It did not get a 16, so that attack's going to miss.
Yay!
That's it's gonna miss, bruh.
It is going to miss. On that second slam, as it comes down and Vimos just kind of sidesteps it, the water's going to slam onto the ground, and it's not going to retract that arm. And Lasley, that arm's not far from you. But that's all it's doing.
Can I poke it? Can I opportunity attack poke it?
No, because it's not leaving your threatened square. It's
It's
barely entering your threat. It's actually more like 6 feet away from you, so it's not in your threatened square at all.
Oh, okay.
But actually, no, you have like 30 move speed. No, yeah, this thing is in your threatened square, but it's not leaving it. So, he's Boris.
Boris is going to use lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
That might either be a really good or really bad idea. I'm excited. This is
Find out,
water.
children.
Let's find out together.
Well, I mean, I already know, but
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
let's have you guys find out. I hope I already know I'm staring at the stat block.
Okay.
So go ahead and make,
I'm all for this. Do it. Shoot a lightning bolt into a giant body of water.
Yeah, this lightning bolt's just gonna fly past Vimos and right into this guy or right at this guy. And I think I have to make a dex save.
Yeah, 15.
15. Can the water boy wiggle his way out? Let's find out together. Oof. Oof.
Oofa doofa.
Sorry, lad. The 14th ain't gonna cut it.
Ooh.
Missed by 1.
Boy.
Okay.
Get him. Get him.
8d6.
8d6. Powerful.
$11.
Roll.
I need to roll 4 more.
It's like 11 off 8d6? What the hell?
No, she's not done. She only rolled 4 of them.
Oh god. Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
10, and
Nice.
that's 10.
In half.
So that's 20.
31 points of damage.
Lightning.
31. It takes it.
Oh.
So what does that look like?
It looks like lightning coursing throughout its body, and there's a bit of a jump into the actual water, but it doesn't seem to conduct all the way.
Does it fry any fish?
Not really any fish that close by.
Does it fry any pieces of Boris's flesh?
No, Boris's flesh is probably inside all of the fish at this point.
Oh, okay.
But you do see the lightning just flow right through this elemental, and it is not happy about it.
Okay.
Eat go for Boris
Is there
next.
anything else for your turn, Mr. Boris?
No. Just a gentle is Boris.
After every attack,
Whispers. These boys.
birds in the wind, you shall hear East Boris. Anyway, that moves it over to Mr. Exasperated.
All right. I looked at this and I guess we're doing this. I'll take another block of wood and slam a chisel into it, and it'll make what looks like a sort of ballista on wheels, which I will place on the ground, and I will use my bonus action to have it fire a bolt of force at this elemental.
Very well, sir. Make an attack roll.
Yes. That's a 25. Pretty sure.
I mean,
that
that misses. The elemental flex and its armor class becomes 19.
The flex.
Oh my god.
That would be 10 points of force damage.
10 points of force damage. Yeah.
As you watch this like pulse of almost like air just boom out of this thing and dent it into its form. And like a bunch of... Which I do have to expend another first level spell slot to create a second arcane cannon. So
it's probably worth it.
yeah, you're now seeing that like the runes that I've been carving on my staff have almost like covered the whole thing, and I have very little room left to write on the staff anymore. Translation: I'm almost out of spell slots.
And is that all for your turn, sir?
That is it.
Okay, no movement. So now this is where the fun begins. An R2-y, they say. So you all watch as, if you recall, I mentioned that the creature had partially tried to retreat into the pillar before getting stabbed by Vimos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And its arm is still just kind of on the ground next to Lazuli.
Yeah.
It's at this point, I'm gonna say just Hargrave. Vimos is a bit distracted by the creature itself, and, well, he's the only other person who would see it with passive.
It's Harbeck.
Well, no, he's the only other one with any high passive.
Mm-hmm.
I said Harbeck is seeing this.
You said Hargrave, but...
Oh, shit, did I say Hargrave again? Why
That's
do
fine.
I have that name on the brain?
It's fine. Keep going.
Single character by that name. Okay, whatever. Harbeck. Apologies. You watch in possible abject terror as you notice one of the sharks, one of the slightly smaller ones, not the gargantuan, but it swims, and it swims down the pillar, into the elemental, through its arm, and lunges out at Lazuli.
Oh,
Shit.
we go now.
I'm getting touched!
Oh no! Not 20! This shark came to rumble.
Damn.
Hey, can I just Sharknado it and, like, slice it in half from the inside?
I mean, depends on if this is vor. Is this vor?
Is this vor? Question mark?
Because it's not great.
It's not great. I need to find some of my dice, and we gotta roll some damage twice. Because it's nice. Oof. Okay, so that's 15. Lazuli, you're taking 24 as this thing digs into your shoulder.
Ah! Ah!
This shark just tears a chunk of flesh out of the child.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Omae wa mo shinderu.
No.
More like Finderu.
And that shark is going to try to swim back into the elemental. Lazuli, would you like to take an attack of opportunity?
Fuck yes, I would.
And please roll that attack of opportunity.
I'm gonna make some sashimi.
You can try.
17.
We'll see if you succeed. 17. I'm afraid the shark started flexing, and its armor class is now 99.
No! I hit it!
Yeah, you hit it. Yeah, 17 hits.
Okay,
Sorry, just the one time RJ said that, and it
no, you're fine.
It tickled me so much.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
But Gerald, you were like, no, I flex and my armor class is now 99.
Wait,
How much is this boy taking?
why does it say 1d10 next to it? I'm confused.
What is
What
what?
is it? 1d10 next to what?
It says 1d8 plus 1, and then underneath it in like
Oh,
gray it says
that's versatile. So if you two-hand a versatile weapon, it does more damage.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, I rolled an 8. So plus 1, so that's 9.
Okay, it takes 9 damage. You take a little chunk out of this shark's tail as it swims away.
I will eat you. I will eat you.
This is the second time she's been munched on today.
Unlike
Small child
Boris.
has been made an appetizer.
Unlike Boris, who has been munched on a lot. Bad decisions. Anyway, it moved. Hargrave, you know that thing that just happened?
You said it again.
Beck, Jesus, I'm staring at the name on my tab. Why can I not see it?
But yeah, what was it?
Yeah, you know that thing that just happened with the shark?
Coming out of the elemental, yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear, there's a second one.
Oh, good. It's a
This one
conduit.
it seems less interested in the child and more interested in the very large piece of dragon.
Tell me about how they're moving. There, are they like going? Is the elemental like connected to the pillar and it's going in like that?
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
partially in it.
Yeah, so it partially retreated into it, making a connection between it and the pillar.
Okay, I can do something about that.
The first shark is back in the pillar. The second one's coming down the pillar into the elemental and is going to burst out of. It's going to go full alien, just burst out of its chest and try to. It's going to try to take a nibble at Vimos. Let's see if it can succeed. That was almost another 20. An 18 will have to do.
Uncanny dodge.
Wait, excuse you, it got a 20
Oh, it almost got it. The die almost
on
hit
me?
20. No, this is
You
going
said
after
almost
Vimos.
another.
One of the sharks got a 20 on you.
God damn it, Ethan!
How do you... What?
This is the second time you crit on me today.
You're the only crits that have happened. I don't know what's happening.
That's why I say, God damn it.
Man, the dice fall how they fall. Sometimes the enemies royally miss, and sometimes they eat your heart. I don't know what to tell you. And it's gonna take a bite out of good old Vimos and deal 6 whole damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Tell if you're being serious.
If I can, I guess.
I don't think you can. You've used up your reaction on the first uncanny dodge.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's only 6.
Yeah, I know.
Better than taking that 12 from earlier.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen. It's going to retreat not out of your threatened square. It's just going to kind of sit in the elemental, this one.
Okay.
So no opportunity attacks, but it's no longer out of range. Anyway, moving there back to top of the round, it is Vimos.
I'm going to breath weapon the sharks and the elemental.
You'll certainly catch one of the sharks.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the other one, like I said, the other one made a full retreat back into the pillar.
Okay.
Of a high swim speed. You'll definitely catch the one that's still sitting in the elemental.
That's fine. I'll catch the one shark and the elemental.
I mean, hey man, 2 for 1. 2 for 1 deals. And that is a dex save, I believe, right?
Yeah, 14.
Okay, dex save of 14, so we'll roll the elemental first. That is a narrow fail.
The oof.
And we'll see about the shark. It's not even close. That is not even close. That is a double failure.
Oof.
And so how much they taking, my boy?
Eat my fire breath.
Eat the fire breath.
Max fucking damage.
Oh shit, alright.
So 12.
Alright, 12 points of fire to each of them. And this is where we discover my weirdly favorite part about a water elemental.
Resistance to fire.
Oh, it takes 12.
Oh yeah,
No.
that they're weirdly not
resistant to fire.
It has no resistance to fire.
bizarrely.
I don't know if they're trying to say, oh, fire.
It evaporates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it evaporates.
But like other elementals have the kind of resistances you'd imagine. So I don't know. I'm not sure I agree with that one, but hey, I didn't design it. And that one's also going to take 12. So it goes down to that and down to that. And okay. Anything else, sir?
Yeah, that'll be it for me.
All right, then it's to the sashimi child.
Yes.
Am I talking about a child who makes sashimi or a child who will soon be sashimi? We'll find out.
Hey, I am not fish. I can't be sashimi.
As you, to a fish you could be.
Damn. I don't like this not being able to run away after I hit some.
But he's gotten a bit too used to Cass.
Yeah. See, the decision is between making sure I don't die or hitting the fucking thing.
And you're a bard, you have spells.
Yeah, but I have to pick one.
Yeah. Yeah, since that arm is right next to you.
I
And water elemental has not used up a reaction yet.
think I'm gonna disengage and move back towards the ladder just to be safe.
Okay.
Then probably use a spell on me
So,
at another point.
Do you have any bonus actions you would like to take?
I don't think so.
Okay, then we'll cruise on down the line to this recently partially evaporated water elemental, who is super not happy about the situation, but hey, he's got to learn to take it as it comes.
Just some plucky adventurers.
So, what the elemental is going to do is it's going to move into Vimos' square, and being an elemental, it can do that.
Is it still
Being
connected?
a water elemental, it can do that.
Is it still connected to the pillar?
No, it has to break connection to do that, but it is going to try to whelm good old Vimos, and we'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to work out, but hey, it doesn't know that.
Don't worry, it's not
So-
overwhelming you. It's just whelming you.
It's just a little whelm. So I need RJ to make a strength saving throw.
Uh-huh.
Looks like we have a Sheila spectating. Hello.
Hello.
And what did you get on that roll, RJ?
21.
21. Pretty good, pretty good. So as this thing swirls and whelms around, you manage to not get sucked in.
Oh, and I have advantage on this. Hold on.
Okay.
I mean, you already succeeded.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to roll a second die, let him roll a second die.
I mean, it ups it to 22, so...
So you definitely resist.
I mean, he definitely resisted when he got above a 20. I don't know how hard you think the checks on these monsters are at this point in time, but usually above a 20 is a safe bet.
Yeah, except that one time when I got a fucking 19 and just the DC is 20.
Yeah, that did happen.
Sometimes
he ain't
it'd be
fucking
like
around
that.
tonight.
I mean, yeah, we're also like 6th level. We're climbing up. At a certain point, you get some crazy ambush, and
7th level, actually,
oh yeah,
in the main campaign.
and I'm not not quite in agreement with Quinn, though I respect his decision. But to be fair, you chugged that entire bottle.
Yeah, and
If anything's gonna up the DC, it's you chugged the whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Vimos, you kind of get lightly tossed out of its space, and you just kind of stumble backwards and manage to not get caught up in it. And at that point in time,
It tossed you out of your safe space.
we'll scoot on down the line, and it is time for Boris to do a Boris thing.
You know
More
what
lightning.
Boris is going to do.
More lightning.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
You on a mustache and pretend to be a chair?
Yes, of course. No. I will disguise myself to small woman. No, I'm going to use lightning bolt. And I'm going to try to fry him.
I try to fry the lad. Alrighty. I have to make a dexterity saving throw. Let's see if he'll do it, folks. He does, in fact, do it. So he only
Damn.
takes half of 8d6.
Okay.
I mean, it's still 8d6, even on half. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
Achoo.
Bless you.
Wow.
Ew, that was... Okay.
What? All I heard was what?
$31 halved.
31 halved is a good old-fashioned 16.
Haha.
It's usually round down, so 15, I would think. But
Yeah, 15, you're right.
Yeah.
I can do math. I took college calculus, you know.
math is math.
8.5?
Math is math. Why would they change it? Math is math. Anyway, anything else, Mr. Boris? Anything else, Rebecca?
Oh no.
Okay. Then what doth the artificer say?
Boy howdy. That's what he says. No.
Okay, he says boy howdy for his turn.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not here to judge.
So I would like to, with the 15 feet of movement that the Force Ballista gets, could I angle it in such a way that it might be able to push the elemental further away from the water pillar? If not, I'll just scoop it up as I move and try to move it further
Is
in.
it push? You didn't say anything about
It wasn't really relevant, so I forgot to mention it. But I remembered it when you said it was in the water pillar. And it does have, the Force Ballista does have a push effect on a hit.
Oh, 15 feet, yeah, you could get it at an angle where you could... Well, no, not with 15 feet. You'd need at least probably 20 to get closer to its side.
Yeah, in that case, what I'll do is I'll as I'm moving, as like part of my movement, I'll just scoop it up and move it further into the chamber. And then when it gets far enough in, I'll activate it and have it fire.
Okay, make an attack roll.
That is an 18.
18. Do me a favor and roll me some percentile as well.
Percentile. 1 second. 65.
65.
Okay. Should I roll damage?
Yep, just roll damage.
Alright, that would be 13 points of force damage, and he is pushed 5 feet.
Okay, so it is going to be pushed 5 feet to the side.
And for my
How
action...
much damage did you say?
13.
13, okay.
For my action... Herm. So 15 foot... Huh. Are there any, like, rocks on the ground?
No, it's a pretty flat space of dirt you're standing on.
I do not have a lot of offensive first level spells I can use. And I think I'm
Yikes.
farther away. I don't think I'm within 15 feet of it either.
Not currently, if I've got the picture in my head right, since you didn't actually move towards it, you moved in a circular to get at a different angle.
I will just remain. I will remain.
Remains.
I will. If it gets if it gets within 15 feet of me, I will thunder wave it. I will ready in action.
You're gonna ready what? An attack?
Yeah. Actually, make that thunderclap just so it's a cantrip. I will ready a thunderclap if it comes next to me. I don't expect it to happen, but just so I'm not totally wasting my action.
That's reasonable. Okay, a readied action if it gets close. All right, 15 feet. That being said, it's gonna move to Sharky number 1, who can't do a whole lot.
Yep, I made sure of that.
He's gonna. I mean,
well, I made it harder for him to do something.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he's just gonna kind of swim in the lake. He's not gonna jump down any of the pillars. He's just gonna kind of swim up there.
Shark bait. Hoo ha ha.
Down turn.
Fish are friends, not food.
However, the second shark can still take a nibble at Vimos as long as the water elemental just moves its hand a little bit.
All right, it's in the... Well, interesting point on that. I pushed the elemental. I didn't... It is a... The force catapult is a attack that targets one creature. So, what happened with that? Because I pushed the elemental, but not technically the shark.
Unless you push it and it is especially high velocity, the shark would just swim to stay in it.
Okay, fair. Maybe next time I'll push the shark.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
You can push the shark out of it, who knows?
Eject shark.
In the meantime, that shark is that shark's taking a nibble of Vimos. Just what doesn't really matter what its bonus is. Double check its damage. It is this die. That is 9 points. Would you like to uncanny dodge?
Sure.
Take 4. Take 4. It is your turn once more, Mr. Vimos.
Well, seeing as Leslie is near that shark.
Wait, I am? I thought I was near the ladder.
No, she's not near any sharks.
Oh, she's not.
I moved away.
The one that attacked her ran away. She gave it a good slap. But it's back. That's the one that's stuck in the lake right now.
Okay.
You're the only person near any of the enemies.
I see. Then I'm gonna whack the elemental again.
But a whack.
Yeah.
Give it a whack.
Don't
A good thwack.
wacky stick.
Alright, well, not fucking 20.
Not fucking 20. That's a fucking crit.
Does he have sneak attack? I don't think he has sneak attack.
No, I don't.
None of you guys are close enough.
No, you're close enough. Because you're all abandoning me because you're little bitches.
Well,
we're
I'm
all
a small child,
spellcasters. We all rolled spellcasters except for you.
Now, hey, a bard can stab people.
I mean, depends on the type of bard. But
Most bards are as close as you're going to get to a spell sword outside of a paladin.
18.
Nah. Well, that's 9 damage it has to take.
Yep. And I'm going to disengage and move back.
Smart.
Disengaging is an action.
Is it?
No, he's a rogue. It's a bonus.
He's a rogue. He gets it as a bonus
Sorry, cunning
action.
action. Yes, my mistake. Cunning action, disengage, and move away. Yep. That
I
happens.
really
My
don't play
mistake.
rogues that much.
Really never played a rogue. But I honestly have not played that much different characters in 5th edition. I've been in a couple of campaigns and one-shots, but I don't actually have that many different characters.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Don't happen.
Forgetting RJ's a rogue. He's not acting like a rogue, probably because in comparison, the rest of you are a bunch of squishy little spellcasters.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're here to remind you.
He kind of has to act as a fighter that can do extra damage.
To be fair, he's strong enough to be one.
He certainly is. But with this turnover, it moves to
Hold on.
it moves to the girl who ran into the webs.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
It is your turn.
I'm going to heal myself so I don't fucking die.
Sounds like a smart idea.
Yeah. And seeing as I'm that low, I'm just gonna fucking cast it at 3rd level. I don't give a shit.
Do what you please.
Alright, hold
I'll
on.
tell you how to run your turn.
What? Oh. Yeah. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. That's better than nothing. Back where I was. Okay. And I think... Actually... What does Vimos' health look like?
I'm at 24.
Out of...
43.
This isn't gonna do much, but I might as well help anyway. I guess I can use Mantle of Inspiration on him?
What at?
Bonus action, I can spend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration to grant 8 temporary HP. Up to 3 people, actually. That I can see. Oh. That you can see and that can see you.
Yeah.
Never mind, he can't see me, I'm behind him.
Oh.
Well, I can
Am
see
I?
you.
Oh, okay, never mind. Each creature can immediately use its
I
reaction
would
to
say he
move up to
can
its speed.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, and then you can immediately use your reaction to move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
All right.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Take your picks. Who's the 3?
Um,
I'm assuming just everyone else, but you could target yourself, I think.
I might as well.
Okay.
So is that everyone but
Vimos,
you, or?
myself.
Oh yeah.
And Boris took some chunks out of himself swimming across the fucking lake, so I guess I'll give that to him too.
Yeah, I'm at 15.
So you put that in
so
the
yeah,
temporary hit points, not
Yeah,
the,
he just
Okay.
hit.
yeah.
Temporary.
So you're choosing RJ,
Everyone
Rebecca,
but me. Everyone but me.
And
Because
myself.
Yeah.
You didn't really get hit, did you?
I am untouched. I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine. You don't need it. Shit. Mr. Cannonball.
Hey, would any of you like to use your reaction to move up to your speed?
I'm actually probably...
Not you, Quinn.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
you
I'm
can't.
right.
That's a point of Mantle of Inspiration, which she did not include you in.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry.
This,
Sorry,
this
not
is
sorry.
thanks to Phoebe's thing.
Right. Sorry. Never mind.
I actually might move up to, like, somewhat behind Vimos.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Alright.
What about Vimos?
Yeah, Vimos, are you moving?
No, I'm good where I'm
Okay.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Moves to the elemental. Let me think. How does it want to play this?
How does it want to do this?
What's its move speed? Oh, that's a lot.
Whoopsies.
It's gonna.
One watery boy.
It's gonna go. Yeah, no, its move speed is perfectly average, but that's second speed.
The swim speed.
That's a tasty number. The swim speed is a tasty number right there. Anyway, it's gonna back up into the pillar.
Of course.
Pretty
God
much
damn
in its
it.
entirety. Like, go into the pillar this time. And you can sort of see it still moving as, it's still got the gem, and one of the sharks, the shark kind of disengages from it once it goes into the pillar. He goes off to kind of swim around. What he does do is he goes right above you, Harbeck, and he's going
Uh-oh.
to try to slam down on you.
Oh no. Well,
This ceiling is made of water.
I did prepare a thunderclap.
Did prepare a thing just for this.
All right.
Ready's a fucking
What
action.
happens? What happens first? You tell me.
I'm going to say your action goes off as it starts to, as it crests out from the ceiling is when your thing's going to go off.
Well, it's within 5 feet of me. So
I'm still going to say you're kind of hitting it like just as its
okay,
fist is coming down.
then it needs to
eventually.
make a con save.
Con save, you say. All right, let me roll that.
Yep, 15.
Got a 16.
Damn.
Damn it! Ethan!
All
Holy
right.
shit!
I'm sorry?
It's okay. It's just, oh my god.
Well, I'm in good thunder waving position at least.
Let's see what this slam attack's going to... It's going to hit. 19 is going to hit.
Wait, 19 you said? Oh, I'm debating. Screw it, might as well. Shield.
Oh, you have the shield spell. Okay.
Yep.
That boosts you up to what? 22?
Yep. As I
22.
just draw a circle in my last remaining spot on my staff.
Okay, well, it is not one to give up easily, so it's going to try to make its second attack. 22 is a high target.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it can get there. Well, that was a pathetic showing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't do that because I just used my reaction to do Thunderclap.
You did do that, actually. That's a fair point.
Yeah,
Thank you
never
for
mind. I
pointing
did
that out.
not cast Shield. So the first one did in fact hit.
Damage.
Yeah.
Well, edge.
What was it?
10.
10?
Yeah, fairly paltry damage. 10 damage.
Alright. That's fair.
10 bludgeoning. The second one misses.
Cool. Oh, I should make a concentration check for big,
You should.
big boy.
Yes.
Nope, that's a 7. Oh, wait, no, I'm
Great.
sorry. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. That was not my save. It is a 10 with my proficiency.
What is going on?
It is I got just enough. I rolled a 4, and I looked at my constitution, which was +3, but my con save is +6, so I'm 10, so it's 10, so we're good.
Okay. Then
Just enough.
Pivos continues to be a large boy.
Yep.
And his arms are going to stay next to you.
Alrighty.
And the turn passes over to Boris.
Boris.
Okay. Is Boris.
Boris tries again.
Let's see. Let me look at my list of spells.
Electrifies the entire fucking ceiling.
Yeah, no, I'm all out of third level spells.
Give me, if she had another Thunderbolt, I'd be sweating.
Sweats nervously.
3 Thunderbolts? Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
Boris.
It's actually 3 fireballs worth of
Do you
damage.
have sorcery points?
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
I do.
She
Do you,
does.
can you make another? If you have enough sorcery points, you could make a third level slot. Because you're a
I
sorcerer.
have 5 sorcery points.
How does the exchange rate work?
I think it might be 2 to 1.
Creating spell slots. Five slots creates 1/3 level slot.
You have just enough.
If you want to
spend all 5.
Yeah, I'll spend all 5.
So that's a bonus action to create your 3rd level slot.
Alright.
And you now have a 3rd level spell
cast it.
slot.
Again.
I'll cast Lightning Bolt.
Do it again.
Time to make a save. Whee!
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get it. Don't get it.
Let's see how this damage plays out, and I'll let you guys know. We're right there in front of me. Go ahead and roll damage. Yep. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Let's do it.
Question mark noises.
Audible
That's-
confusion.
Think about that.
It's 13.
Yeah.
I would actually roll that
Oh.
next time.
Can you stop doing that, please? One of those
Sorcerers
was a
kind of
4.
specialize in hit it with massive damage until it stops moving. That's kind of what they do.
can if you so desire.
Yep.
But, I mean, you don't have to build them that way. In fact,
Sure.
you can only really
Sure.
they I'd argue wizards are better at the big bombastic, lots of damage.
I mean, kind of, but then sorcerers
Just
can
no
get
more
their,
spells.
like,
16 plus 13.
16,
16,
29.
20,
29.
9.
but then you have sorcerers with, like, their meta magic, and they can maximize their damage.
Sure, but
and
as you
stuff.
saw, she could only buy back a single 3rd level spell slot right now.
I guess.
Nothing to sneeze at, but, it's not... I'm not sure it's enough to say that they're the number 1 damage output boys.
That's fair.
So what happens?
Yeah, well, how's it
What?
looking?
29
looking?
damage.
29 damage. Well, Luck be with you. Luck be with you. How do you want to do this?
Is Boris?
You guys luckily had a DPS in your party.
Boris takes out a picture of his wife, kisses her on the lips, and then sends down this giant bolt of lightning. And as it strikes this being, he just whispers, "Is Boris."
So it is. The bolt strikes with a mighty crack. The water elemental withers and immediately begins evaporating. And its positioning is convenient. The gem drops out of it.
I catch
Harbeck
it.
right into your hands.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
And it withers and evaporates.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Now holding the gem.
Oh,
Harbeck will turn to everyone and say, I suggest we get out of here.
That might be a good idea.
sounds like a good plan.
Can I stop being big now?
Oh, I mean, it ends after a minute, so it should be about, counting seconds, and now.
Shoop.
Yep.
And Vimo shrinks back to normal size.
But wouldn't big Vimos be able to throw bigger bombs? You know, like one's the entire size of me?
Some things the world was never meant to know, and he'll just
Why
walk away.
not?
I walk away.
Yep.
Guess we'll go up then.
Here.
Hey, we need to have a good cover story in case those other guys come back.
Maybe put it in the briefcase.
I don't know about that. He might start thinking that the Sapphire is his wife too.
I know what my wife looks like. She's a beautiful woman.
Well,
Vimos.
so's the Sapphire.
Vimos will grab the will offer his hand for the gem.
I will hand it to. I'll hold it out to Vimos and just say, what are you doing? What are you gonna do with it?
Vimos will snatch it and stuff it in an empty bomb casing.
Harbeck will just
They
shrug.
won't look for it there.
He'll just shrug and nod.
And he'll put a cap on it and put a fuse on it to make it look like a normal bomb.
Just don't actually.
Well, he can't blow it up. There's no powder in it.
Okay,
It's an empty bomb casing.
got it.
I think she's a bit too short to realize it's empty.
Yeah.
A bit too young.
Oh, like literally, just he's taller than you, and probably unless he's holding it like near upside down, I don't think you could actually see it's empty.
Oh,
All right. Well,
you gonna blow it up?
I guess we head back.
Okay.
You can get back to the ceiling. You can get out of the boathouse into your little boat. Row the other way. Is Boris in the boat? This time?
Get in the boat, you dumbass.
Yes.
Get in the boat. We're going shopping.
Get
Now that I can see that there's a boat, Boris is going in the boat.
Get in the boat, Tom.
Yeah, and as you reach the other side and pull the boat ashore, you not sure what the sound is. It sounds like a wave kind of crashing against the shore a little bit.
Is that
And
my
then-
life?
You can hear it water rushing.
that would be
And
the
turning around, you see the entire lake just fall.
Oh, yeah, that's about what I figured.
The water of the lake just falls about 20 feet.
Damn.
It's a good thing it
And there
didn't
was a
happen
lot
while
more
we were
empty
down
space.
there.
Just about
Yeah.
to say.
Oof. Shit.
Well,
As you're exiting the ring, you can see the other three, and noticing you, they don't say anything, but they look at you at the lake, and they look very disappointed in themselves. That will cap off the Heart of the Lake one-shot.
All right.
Wow.
That was fun.
I like that.
I like that too.
I'd like Boris
I like Boris.
and his enigmatic wife.
It was RJ's idea to bring him back into the campaign. He's just like, everybody would like that.
The fucking entrance.
Everybody liked that.
Everybody liked that. Suddenly, this